Hey, hello and welcome everybody. Today is December 3rd and it's my weekly hangout. Today's a Thursday. It's 1 p.m. here in Las Vegas. I did not do a weekly live stream with a special guest. I had contacted 6 different people. One got back with me. The other 5 didn't, and it just didn't happen. So here I'm doing a hangout, and I've already got 3 awesome people in the waiting room right now, and other people will be joining. So let me bring everybody in. See who we got. Hey, Tim, Billy, and Josh. How's everybody doing?
Howdy, howdy.
Oh, hey, Josh.
Hey, Billy.
Hey, Tim.
Australia, and we've got Canada and the U.S. Let's see who all we got in chat and say hi to. TK's 3D Prints, how's it going? Kenny Briggs, Richard Pryor, Tim, of course, SPC 3D. Let's see.
Hello,
Betty
lovely
Boots 45. BCK, hello. Anyway, how's everybody doing? What do you got going on today?
Ladies first.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm working on a workshop for Make Community. They just launched a platform where like people who know stuff can run workshops for people who want to know stuff. So I'm working on a workshop for that, which will be in a week, a bit more, 10 days.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's what I'm doing today. How about you guys?
Yeah, I believe it's what, 7 a.m. where you're at down in Australia, you told me?
Yes, 7 a.m. Yep, the
Wow.
birds had just finished singing. So, yeah.
And then Tim, up in Canada, you're working right now in your shop, right? Or are you at home?
No, I'm at the shop right now. It's 2:00 in the afternoon here, so just working on a few things. I got a 3D job that I'm continuously printing, and I just got another printer in today. I'm going to build and get it working as well. So, yeah,
That's exciting.
Josh,
What's the
Alien.
machine behind you? Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Josh, Alien 3D, what do you got going on today?
I'm working on UFOs. I can't stay too long because I'm still making filament samples for the UFOs to go out next week. But
cool.
How does that process work? You buy full spools, you measure them out, cut them down, vacuum seal them, or?
yeah, I posted a couple months ago my latest sample spooler that I'm making, or that I made. So I get full spools. Actually, one of my filaments this month came on 16 kilogram rolls. So
What?
that's gonna be fun to set up. But yeah, so I made a little machine that I just press it. Well, actually, it's remote control now. So I remote control pressed it to go, and it clamps down and then spins and counts how many times it spins, and then I still have to manually zip strip it, but it automatically releases the filament. So
That's cool.
yeah, I'm working on working with Filament One to make me sample spools out of recycled paper,
Oh, wow.
and then I'm gonna make a spooler that'll work with those.
Okay. And you also sell printers, filament, your UFO boxes, which have all kinds of little gadgets, filament samples, stickers.
Yeah, I have a lot of upgrades and stuff that I sell: Micro Swiss, Slice Engineering, Bondtech, E3D. I sell a ton of stuff.
If you'd like to put a link to your site, you're very welcome to do so in chat if anybody'd like to go check you out.
Let's see if I've got a...
Make a comment and I'll mod you, and then you can just post it. Feel free to jump in, everybody, and just start gabbing away.
What's the machine behind you, Tim? Is it a cutter?
This one?
Yeah, that one. That one. Yeah.
It's an EcoSolvent printer cutter. Yeah.
That's cool.
That's my small one.
Nice. And does it do vinyls and stuff?
Yeah, and then I have over here, I have That's a 65-inch vinyl cutter, and then a
Nice.
63-inch latex printer over there.
Wow.
Dang. What's a latex printer?
It's basically a big inkjet printer that runs latex-based inks.
Huh.
So I do,
That's cool.
posters, decals, banners, what have not. Yeah.
That's super cool. Can it do fabric?
Yes, it can.
Oh my god.
Billy-
I would love a
Billy's in
3D, not a 3D, just a printer that can do fabric. Oh my god, that would
Yeah.
just
Do you have
blow
any
my
fabric
mind.
samples that you've done, Tim, of any kind that you could show?
What's that again? Oh, no, I don't do fabric. I don't get calls for that much at all. So
I would be calling you all the time if I wasn't on literally the other side of the planet.
yeah, I mean, I could theoretically print tablecloths, window coverings, etc. So
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
yeah,
That is cool.
Yeah, my first job actually was in a costume making department as an apprentice there. So sewing was my first craft love, or my
wow.
longest lasting crafty love, I guess. Yeah, the 3D printing came later.
How long have you been in 3D printing, Billy, and designing?
3 or 4 years. I'm bad at time. Probably 4 years. This year went strangely, so probably more like the 4.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I learned CAD after first learning 3D printing. Not too long after. I think one of my first prints was something I made, but I made it in SketchUp. But I learned Fusion 360 not too long after. Yeah, so learned it for printing. Before that, I was mostly handcrafts. Yeah, sewing and knitting and a tiny bit of woodwork and stuff. Yeah.
Well, I just opened up an Etsy store yesterday for the first time ever. I've only got 6 things on there. And other than my stickers, everything is high price because they're printed and painted. But obviously I got a ton of things around me, so I need to pick and choose. And when I'm not streaming later, I'll be putting more stuff on and, trying to let it grow and see where it goes. So I'm going to try to concentrate on that. And then my K40 laser, hopefully I'll get it fired tomorrow and I can start learning how to make things on coasters, pictures, tiles, glass, mirrors. It's kind of endless what I might be able to do, I hope.
How exciting. That's
I'll have to check
wonderful.
out your store. I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Put a link in.
Hello, Tyler. Yeah, Tyler just posted your website, Josh.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Tyler.
Nice.
Sorry,
Everybody
Matt.
go over and check out Josh at Alien 3D. He sells a little bit of everything. He's got really cool UFO boxes. Do you have a box in front of you you might want to show on a screen or anything, or an older box or something?
Yeah, I've got last month. Nope, that's not last month's. So this was Halloween's of last year. I made it look like a gravestone.
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
Nice.
Had some pumpkins on there.
Cute.
And
That way
then
people that aren't familiar with you might kind of get an idea what they would be getting if they did order from you.
this one is this year's Halloween. It's full of nuts and bolts, so I can't open it, but
Okay.
it's got zombies and the graveyard and stuff on it.
That's cool. Do you do your own graphic design?
Well, I get images from like Shutterstock and buy them off of there, and then I piece them together and do the text and stuff. So
Super cool. They look awesome.
trying to see if I have any more around here. This was last month's project. It was supposed to be a Bluetooth controlled maze
Oh, wow.
with
Wow.
motors, but I accidentally ordered the Bluetooth modules without the actual Bluetooth chip on them. So I
How
had
did
to.
that work?
Well, I had to come up with a different, because when I sent the link to them to my supplier, the picture on the shop had the whole thing together, and when I actually received them, it was just the board without the chips. I was like,
Oh,
ah.
oh my
So
god.
I had to hack together something to so people can still control it from their computer.
Would that work with a control with a smartphone with
Yeah, that's what it was supposed to do.
Oh, okay.
You connect to it on your phone with Bluetooth, and then you tilt your phone, and it was supposed to.
Oh, that'd be
control
so
that.
cool.
That's cool.
But yeah, I screwed up. And then freaking my December project is another Bluetooth project, because I was like, okay, well, I screwed up the Bluetooth project last month. I'm gonna do another Bluetooth project. Those are already ordered. I found out yesterday that the modules that I ordered don't work on iPhones.
Hmm.
So my Apple people are going to be a little upset about that. I had my
So hard.
Tim and Billy, you're welcome to post links in the chat if you like people where they can find you at. You're more than welcome to do so.
Oh,
Billy,
sure.
leave a comment, Billy, of any kind, and I'll mod you. That way, your link will show up. Tim, you already modded.
and then
Sorry. Here you go.
this was February's project. It's a Bluetooth speaker box. It came with 2 speakers and a Bluetooth module.
Oh, neat.
I broke the thing off of it, but the idea was, since it was for February, that famous scene where he's holding the boom box above his head. But that's Bluetooth speaker device. I'm working on another project for a future UFO using Polymate 3D's 3D printable speakers.
Ah, cool. That's cool. They're really fun. Oh, you've gone quiet.
Who, me?
Oh, sorry. I'm
Yeah,
looking at the wrong screen. I was looking at the YouTube one because I was trying to post a comment of my don't remind me, that's my fault. Got confused which screen I should be looking at.
If you can put it either private chat or on YouTube, either way, and I'll mod you or I'll repost it, whichever. So, but yeah, I noticed last week, Tim, Loyal Moses was on your stream and he was giving away a roll of filament to help you out. And I noticed he had made a comment that if you draw his name on the wheel of names 4 times, he was going to give everybody watching a free printer.
For so many, yeah.
Yeah, which obviously can't happen. But it was funny how you went in the wheel and you only put his name in on there and you spun it 4 times. Look, you're the only one there. And, you won 4 times.
and then he commented, he said, wouldn't it be funny if everybody put their username as Loyal Moses?
Yeah.
He actually ended up giving away two spools of filament, Jesse PLA.
Yeah, I watched. That was really nice of him.
That was great. And then he made a comment that said, wouldn't it be epic if I ended up giving away $8,000 worth of Prusa Minis?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that would hit the NBC Nightly News. Somebody'd have to call the news and have them report that.
Oh,
that
absolutely.
on YouTube. So.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that was great. And I had another little pop in from Joel on that stream as well. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, Non-Fam, he's here. He won one of the roles.
Hey, Non-Fam.
Oh, wow. Non-Fam won a roll from me too on my charity stream.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he donated
Rolls around.
to someone else. So
Yeah, when you send out that box, hopefully the beginning of next month or whenever it is, Josh, I'll do a video on unboxing just for the hell of it. I'll make a YouTube video on it.
yeah, I'm still waiting to get stuff from sponsors and stuff. I think I've received probably about 15 boxes worth of either stickers or like Slice Engineer did their carabiners that has the nozzle removal tool built into it and bottle opener. I think it was a Duet. They sent me, I guess they were boards that they had ordered that didn't work out for what they needed them for, so they made drink coasters out of them.
Oh.
So they sent me drink coasters made out of PCBs.
That's cool.
Yeah, in the last 4 years, I've won 3 times on a stream. First, last year, when they had the fires down in Australia on the 24-hour maker stream, I won a little box of Gloop, little sample bottle. And that's pretty cool, but it's about this big, you know. And then on ZYLTECH stream, I won a roll of Coax 3D filament, and that was nice. That came a few weeks ago. And then I guess on Joel's stream, I didn't know it, but I won that deal that you put a camera in or a fan, and it tracks you when you're doing a video or filming.
Oh, yeah.
And I got an email and it's like, wow, I didn't know I won that. So that's on the way too. I'm waiting to get
Very
that.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Matthew Nicholas, the other man that's working on the Ecto 1 right now, he has a tracking camera. He done in his last video, and he walks around. It's kind of following him around the room a little bit. It's pretty cool. I don't know if it's the same one, but similar concept.
Yeah, someone on I do a it's not really a stream. It's just a call with Matt Stultz. He's the head of community for Prusa, and he hosts like a social call. He just puts the call out on Twitter every Friday. And yeah, there's a guy on there who has that installed as he like works in his shop, and he just has a camera set up, and it's really good. Like, yeah, it's always it gets him even when he's like got his back turned and stuff. It's awesome.
Cool.
I
got 2 of them on order, so I'm excited to get them.
Ah, cool, nice.
And I won a 3D pen on your stream or something like that, Jerry. And so my friend in New Jersey has shipped that up to me now, so it's on its way. So
Okay. Yeah, it was ZYLTECH. They were on 2 weeks ago.
yeah.
So yeah, people love giveaways. It's nice. If I ever get close to 3,000 subscribers, I'm only at like 1930 right now. I guess I'll do my first giveaway around 3,000. I'll wait till I get to like 27 or 2,800, where it's actually feasible that within a couple months I might have a giveaway, and then I'll schedule something.
I think I'm going to do a 500.
But one thing I found out on my Facebook group, I've got like 5,300 people, and I only have 1,900 and something on YouTube. But when I go live or do a video, you only get 20 or 30 people watching, and over time it builds up. But numbers really don't mean nothing. Once you get monetized over 1,000, after that it doesn't matter, because like right now I got 1,900 subs. How many people are watching? I got 17 watching right now. Those numbers really don't mean anything. It's nice to have, but if they're not watching, I mean, if you're like Joel Telling, it has 400,000 subs, and then you get a couple hundred watching. Well, those are the kind of odds. I mean, they're really big.
Yeah, I'm sure there's an average percentage of subs versus watchers.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And normally every week when I go live, whether it's with a special guest or doing a hangout, I go live on Twitter, on my Facebook group, and then or page, one or the other, and then YouTube. And this time I'm just on YouTube. I want to see how much the numbers go up just on YouTube. So, but anyway,
cool.
But I did go to all those social media platforms and post this link so people can still click on it and come watch. Yeah. Hello, Dan. How you doing?
Hey, Dan.
Gary T, how's it going?
Hello, hello.
Do you work from home, or do you have a regular job, or?
I did have a regular job, but I negotiated a redundancy earlier this year, which is kind of a weird thing to do. But I was like, yes, can you make me redundant and give me lots of money to leave? And they did. So I got a decent pay package, and now I'm trying to do the whole making for a living thing, and the Patreon and the YouTube and stuff. Yeah, like slowly getting there. It's so weird, the watch hours thing that you were talking about on YouTube, because like I have a lot of videos are an hour long, because I interview a maker every week, and they're about an hour long. And if you like, all the views on those add up to way more than 1,000, but I only have 200 watch hours, and I'm like, I don't understand, because the video has been viewed more times than that, and they're like an hour long.
Yeah,
I don't know. It seems like a chip.
Once I hit 1,000 subs, it took me forever to get 4,000 watch hours, but it eventually happened.
Yeah, 4,000. I'm on 200, and I've been releasing hour-long videos every week for like weeks. It's crazy, and people watch them. Like the comments show that people watch them. It's Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, he had him send that in a while back, so I played a bunch of different music, and I'm kind of jumping around to the music.
That's awesome.
For the Verf.
I think I was playing Michael Jackson Thriller or something.
Ah, that's awesome. Was that Verf, did you say?
Yeah, the Verf dance flash mob that I did for you. Like 19 people participate. It was pretty cool.
So cool. I think I was asleep then, but it was very cool. That's why I'm always in the After Dark streams, because I'm asleep when the real stuff is happening. That was fun, though.
Most of my viewers on my videos are from the U.S. Very few are from overseas. If you look at your statistics, I think just about everything happens in the U.S. as far as for 3D printing and everything. You look at it worldwide.
So you can actually see where they're viewing from?
Yeah.
Audience. Is it
it's
audience?
In YouTube Studio or somewhere you can go and find all that.
I'm still getting used to all that. I've got 204 view hours. I know that.
Only 33% of my view base is American. And then it's like lots of really tiny ones. United Kingdom is 4.5, and that's the next one. And then Australia is 2. And then it's like a bunch of 0.4s. I don't know how that adds up to 33. YouTube, I don't know how your numbers work. Who is doing YouTube's maths? It doesn't make sense. It's very strange. Yeah.
Well, Dan, I hope you get off work soon and get home with your family, and hope your wife's doing good, and everybody stay safe. So one of these days, everything will get better.
So scary.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody in 1,000 years would have thought there would ever be anything that would I think Matt's trying to pop in. Hey, Matt, how you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Hi,
Pretty good.
Matt.
Good. Yeah.
Ah, yes, space.
How's everybody?
Real good.
Good.
How are you?
Good. Yeah, getting tired a little bit, getting late up here in England, and just waiting for print to finish, and hopefully tomorrow I can start up a brand new, fresh, large print project. What I'm doing for charity, and yeah, I'm just waiting for the
Nice.
phone call, and there's the file.
Where are you at in England?
Near Stoke-on-Trent.
Okay.
Between Birmingham and Manchester. It's right in between. Staffordshire.
Oh, cool.
It's
Okay,
a nice area. Wet a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
we have lots of rain. I mean,
I went
I lived
to
in
the
Vegas and I missed the rain there. And now when I came over here, it's too much rain. So,
Yeah, I watched a video this morning on YouTube. A guy was testing out Starlink. He had a little round dish on his house, and it was snowing, and he was testing out his signals. So interesting to see where that goes and what kind of prices they end up having on that once it's worldwide.
Yeah, that'll be cool. There's I when I was in the UK, I went for the Olympics way back. And yeah, it was a heat wave for most of it, but we went to Birmingham and it was just rainy and cold. And I've got the proper England experience in Birmingham, even though it was like 40 degrees Celsius in
What were you in? Gymnastics, track? What were you in?
Oh no, I just went to visit.
Okay.
One of my friends won tickets. No, I've never been sporty. I'm not an indoors girl. I really like being outside and going, bushwalking and stuff, and I like animals and stuff. But yeah, I've never been one to like play a sport for the sake of playing a sport. Yeah, just can't. I've never been interested by it, unfortunately, for my waistline.
Do you have any projects you're currently working on, Billy, you might want to share or show on screen or anything?
Yeah. So I've been making feathers, 3D printed feathers.
Nice.
And it might be a bit hard to see in the red. Maybe, yeah. So they actually have the little feathery bits like a normal feather. And you can shape them like you would be able to. So I studied millinery when I was doing the costume making. And millinery is hat making. So you learn how to shape feathers and stuff and do fancy things with fancy hats. But I haven't bought feathers for a long time because feathers have really the same ethical concerns that fur has, it comes from an animal and you pretty much have to kill the animal just for the feathers, and all sorts of horrific stuff happens in between. So I haven't bought feathers for a really long time, even though they're a really fun medium to work in. So I'm so excited that I get to use feathers again, and I can make them any color and size, and they actually look, relatively realistic. Like, I'm pretty happy with them.
Dan, thank you very much for the $5. I appreciate it.
Oh, Dan, you're a legend. Thank you. Yeah, so that's what I'm working on, and it's just a little slicer trick that allows you to do this. It's actually not complicated at all. So, yeah, I thought I would make a little video on that. But I'm excited to work with feathers again, and fantasy feathers. I could do giant cosplay wings or something.
They're printed out of PLA. They're PLA, TPU.
These are PLA, and this is PETG. This is actually my color from Greengate 3D. They made me a custom color. So this is Billy Rubin's cherry pie.
Yeah, I know you haven't done the video yet, but do they lay down? You're not printing them flat on the bed, are you?
They are flat on the bed. Yep, they are flat.
Wow.
Yep. So, yeah, it's just a little slicer trick that allows you to print different settings on the same print. So
does it feel soft?
Pardon?
Does it feel soft? Like your feathers?
I mean, they're not as soft as real feathers, but they're not hard either. Like, if you stroke at them that way, they're pretty soft. But like if you go that way, they feel like stiff fur, I guess, like brush bristles maybe.
How fragile are they?
Pretty all right though. This one was a kind of a dodgy print, and I lost some bits there. I mean, if you pull on them, they're not coming off.
Wow. That's
I don't
amazing.
know. they're all right. And they'd be on, like, feathers are usually in a place where they're not going to get damaged anyway, because feathers, natural ones, are really easy to damage too. So you stick them on top of your head where they can't get too damaged. But yeah, they're pretty all right. And I like that you can put them in any color or anything. So I think that's quite fun.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see that video when it comes out and how you make them.
Yeah. It's just a little thing in Cura, which I don't think many people use. And it actually has, like, you can use it to make parts stronger and all sorts of other stuff too. So I think it'll be good to highlight. Yeah, because you can do different infill patterns and stuff on the same model. So yeah,
Nice.
I'll make a video.
Well, that'll be nice.
Thank you.
Matt,
And
what do you got
Christmas-
going on? Are
sorry.
you printing anything, Matt? No, go ahead.
Yeah,
No, I was just going to talk about more things. Matt should go.
I'm printing a baby Yoda right now for myself, but well, it looks alright. I will see how it comes out. A little bit concerned about the weather because I'm waiting not to get a, electricity outage or anything like that. So yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not much of a talker. I don't know what we need to talk about. I kind of have stage fright right now.
It's fine.
Aww. You're doing well. Don't stress.
Josh or Tim, do you have any prints going on? I know you're busy with other things, but
No, I've got nothing printing right now. I printed a bunch of cases last week for my new octopi that I'm selling, but
Cute.
but it's got a Alexa, turn off camera lights. Oh, I set somebody else off too.
I've got Alexa here everywhere too.
But oh shit, Alexa, turn on cam 3.
Hey Trevor, how you doing?
I'm good, man. Sorry, I got held up with customers there for a little bit.
All right.
So
Oh,
it's
my
got an
God.
RGB fan in it that changes colors.
Oh, cool.
I had to
That's
do
cool.
crazy with it.
Very nice.
That's gorgeous. That is so fun.
Yeah, I just started selling those, but that's all I've printed really probably in the last 2 weeks, because I just UFO week is crazy.
Well, anyway, down below on the left, we got Trevor McIntosh from Navari 3D Printing. He's busy working. Him and his wife have a shop in Florida, and he does lasers, and he sells return printers from Amazon on Facebook group. And he's just busy doing everything, 3D printing lasers.
Trevor, where are you at in Florida?
I'm out in the shop's in Mary Esther. I live in Navarre,
Oh, okay.
the Panhandle,
Yeah, I'm down in
Lower Alabama.
Here's one of the coins Trevor sent me. It's
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
that looks cool.
razor cut out of brass, very heavy. I call this my lucky coin. Whenever I stream, I kind of play with it with my fingers. So, anyway, nice coin. Very
That's
nice.
awesome.
Glad you liked it.
Cut
I got
that.
a 30 and a 50 watt fiber laser. So
That's so
Awesome.
exciting.
Mhm.
Love to be able to do more laser type
yeah,
things.
a lot of jewelry. It's a nervous job, I won't lie, because people come in every day and they're like, I need this engraved, and it's either their grandpa's or jewelry that they just bought at the jewelry store next door. And a little bit of pressure not to mess it up. So
I'm going to make you big, Trevor. Let's see what you got going on around you there.
I just got done setting up a Ender 5 Plus for a customer. I just got done calibrating the E-step.
Sorry about that.
Other than that, I got in the background there, you can see the flex plates on my little cart. I just got in more flex plates yesterday.
Mhm.
There's my wife's paint station in the background, and a lot of box printers that are stacking up everywhere.
Awesome.
You look over here, I got my walls of filaments, printers,
Gosh,
Oh wow,
print displays.
Nice.
so much
So-
that's what I
space.
call a nice shop.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I need.
We're in the mall here,
Out
so
of my bedroom.
we're actually we got the keys for our new store tomorrow. We're moving 2 doors down to a bigger store. It's 4,000 square feet instead
Wow.
of
Oh wow.
3,200. So I'm not looking forward to the move, but it'll be nice to have more space.
Even more? That's crazy.
Wow.
I know.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, Destin's
Gotcha.
about 45 minutes from us. So
Well, hopefully one of these days, Trevor, when you open your doors at 9 or 10 o'clock, you'll have people lined up waiting to run in the store. Because I don't know if you have that right now.
no, my problem is I'm in between. It's me and my wife, and then I really could use a couple employees, but I'm not quite at that point where I'm ready to pay employees. I'd like to pay myself first. So we're right in that kind of hard growth area. So we're getting there, though. This has been a rough year, and a lot of people have paid cash. But I looked at my credit card machine when I ran a credit card yesterday, and we ran $94,000 through our credit card machine. So for just me and my wife, I feel like that. I didn't realize we'd done that much business. But yay. Hopefully we take it to the next level here in
Was it in
2021.
months or in a year?
What was that, Matt?
What did you earn in a month or in a year?
No, that's a year. That's not what I earned. That's how much I ran through the credit card.
Sales.
All right,
Yeah.
all
I
right.
haven't paid
Alright.
myself yet.
All right.
We've been doing this full time for 2 years yet, and I haven't taken a paycheck yet. But what I have now is, we start out with a couple printers, and you sell it, and then you buy 3 more, and you sell that, and now I probably have $20,000 worth of filament in stock. I have the contract with Frozen for repairing their broken printers. I have contract with Creality dealers for selling their broken printers, or Amazon returns. Now we're bringing out a new type of flex plate, Ultim base, hopefully next month or 2. So as you know, with the current bases, they come off eventually. No matter what you do, you let your print cool, that ultra base lining still comes off. So we're going to do a lining with PEI on glass. So I'll have prototypes next week for that. So
Neat.
yeah.
How often do you get in your Amazon printers that you sell? Is it every week, every month, pallet at a time, few
Every
at
day.
a time?
Every day. So I'm OCD. I don't like anything on my desk. And right now I'm freaking out because I got probably 12 printers on that side. And today I've already gotten a delivery. Let's see if I move my webcam of
Oh, wow.
6 or 7 Ender 3s right there. So
Wow.
some days UPS will have 4 or 5, and other days I won't see them for a couple days. So it just kind of depends. Holidays are usually, obviously, from like Black Friday, Hot Friday, I'm sure I'll see a bunch. The advantage of that is, of course, a lot of them are brand new, never even seal broken on the box. It's always nice for me.
Huh?
So you buy them for a discounted rate, fix them up, sell them again?
Yes and no.
Okay.
So I have a Facebook group where basically what I do is I open up the box, I'll power it up. I try to make sure I'm not sending somebody something that's obviously bad, but I'm not going to assemble it and then put it back down, break it down, and put it back in the box. And I'll sell something like that on the Ender 3 Pro for like $175 shipped. They were $150 shipped, but man, these shipping rates have killed me.
Yeah, shipping rates went up.
Totally just ruined the day.
Yeah,
But
in England too.
before, what I did was I could ship them direct from Amazon. I never touched them. So now not only do I have more shipping, but I have to pay shipping. Before it was totally free, but you got what you got. For no joke, Amazon is like Walmart used to be. They'll take anything back. I had a guy put a motor, just a junk motor, in a box and send it back, and they'll take it. They don't care. So there were people that would get, not like a box of socks, but for real, some old printer or something, clearly not an Ender 3 at times. And then I just have to send them another one. So now I have better quality control, but the price went up. But yeah, so I'll just resell those. And then locally, I have my store in the mall, and I sell printers locally. And then, of course, there's 2 options. When they pay me to put it together, it can be either a kit or a brand new one out of a box. I mean, they save $100, and I still guarantee it. So why not? Most people choose that out.
Can't beat that.
So. And then the greatest thing is, since I deal with Crowdy, I have all the parts. They send me these bags that have every nut, bolt, and screw, weird, M2.5 by 25 nuts, all that weird stuff they send me too.
Yeah.
So but Crowdy's making it really difficult for new. They've come up with higher volumes I have to buy at once. And more than that, I'm getting peeved by how many models they're coming out with. They're just rolling out model after model after model, and nothing's even changed. I mean, I would still put an Ender 3 Pro over an Ender 3 Pro V2. They don't have an EEPROM on the board, so when you calibrate your E steps, it saves it to the memory card. And it still doesn't even come with yellow upgraded springs. That's their only production printer that doesn't. You think on the V2 they would have fixed that. What does a yellow spring cost? A nickel, 4 cents. Everything else they sell at Crowdy comes with yellow springs. I've never seen an Ender 2, so probably Ender 2 doesn't, but the Ender 5 Pro and Ender 5 Basic all have yellow springs.
Yeah, Ender 3 V2 had the silver springs, and I took them off. And I didn't throw them away because you never know what you might need a spring for, but I put yellow springs on it.
Yeah.
They're beefier and they're flat. When you compress, they interlock. They're not going to move.
And then the design of the hot end, you can put a micro Swiss on it, but your fan ducts and everything are different. In fact, I had a couple of the V2s come where people had stole the cooling fan ducts off it. And I can't find a model anywhere online for it. Creality, I have their engineer on his on WeChat, on DM, and they don't have a file for it. They hired somebody to print it. So I actually just had to have them send me a handful. Like, that's bad planning,
Well, there's a little one.
Tater
There we
tot
go.
background.
Like up, mommy.
Aw.
As is Jerry. She's 20 months old.
Hi.
Say hi.
I
Just started.
follow the world.
So, mommy's working today, so I got her all myself.
Super cute. Hello.
It won't be the most productive day at work, but it'll be a fun day at least.
How many people have you had in the store today? 10 or 20?
Maybe about 15 or so.
Okay.
So it's been decent. I did an engraving first thing this morning on some like tags, keychain tags. And then 2 people picked up engravings from yesterday and sold a couple models. Somebody hired me to print a Luigi lamp for his son. Went on, we found that on Colts. So we're going to print that for him. Took in 2 other print jobs, just some basic stuff. So I'd say lately I'm taking a lot of print jobs, just of course, Christmas. It's a nice personalized Christmas gift if your kid likes, Iron Man, to get something Iron Man related printed for him.
I got a question for everybody here. If I take my Mandalorian statue, for instance, it's 3D printed, it's about this tall, and I put it in a box that it fits in, and I fill it with popcorn peanuts very carefully and pack it tight, that should be fairly safe to ship, right? And it probably won't get broke?
It should be all right.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
I know if I try airbags or paper or anything, it's probably going to get broke. But I think the popcorn would pack it tight enough that if it got tossed around, it probably wouldn't move too much. So I'm trying to find a way to ship them all of my finished models.
Yeah, it should be fine.
Yeah, just
All
make
right.
sure
Well,
the
you
box
can
is
have
about
2,
20% bigger.
First, bubble wrap tube, and fill the bubble wrap tube with what you're saying,
Yeah,
peanuts,
definitely.
and then put it inside, because then they have, the
Yeah.
peanuts and the tube around. So
Yeah.
If I can
the
bubble
box
wrap
around.
the gun and stuff tight enough that peanuts will get in around it. If there's a big gap, then I can't pack it tight enough. But yeah, I'm trying to find a way to do that.
Yeah.
So I got like 30 or 40 more things to put on Etsy. So every day I'm going to put a couple things up there and try to grow it. And I had my first sale. It was only a sticker, but it was a sale. So
Well done.
That's the great thing about Etsy is, you're not trying to, at least me, I don't try to make a paycheck. It's the 10 or 20 orders a month that roll through that just kind of help as they come in,
Yeah, Tanner, if I pack it tight enough and shake it and get in all the nooks and crannies, I'm assuming that it might be tight enough if I am careful about it, that I can pack it tight so when I close the lid, everything doesn't move. I'm hoping. And if you'd like to jump in, Tanner, and say, hey, you're very welcome to.
Do you guys something? It just finished. Out of the printer.
Yeah, show us your print.
Oh wow!
Oh, beautiful.
Wow. Very nice.
Oh, that is lovely.
No, it came out good.
Nice work.
You use Thomas's site, Lithophane Maker, or 3DP Rocks?
What'd you make that with, Matt? Matt.
Lost him.
Attention, Matt. All right.
Matt has left the building.
He'll be back in a minute. He's been having mic problems the last few days on and off.
I think it's rare for me. I know.
You're breaking up real bad, Matt. What did you use to design that with?
Yeah, sorry. I called a Mantle Pro mathematical fraction, and you can download this special program where you put numbers in, and then it generates those pictures. It's never-ending pictures. You can go deep as one. You always find the same pictures in and again, and the deeper you go, desto more clarified you get. It's really nice. It's called fractal.
Fractal generator.
Fractal. Yeah.
Yeah, the Mandelbrot set is beautiful. There's yeah, it's such a beautiful fractal.
Hey, Tanner 3D,
Actually-
what have you been printing lately? How's the new house coming along? Are you all settled in and you got your computer room all set up in the attic? And yeah, Tim's at work right now. Trevor's at work right now. You say your wife's there too, Trevor, right? Watching the store?
No, she's working. She has a condo cleaning business, and a couple of her girls called in, so she's cleaning houses today.
Okay, so you're the only one there at the store then, and your daughter?
That's us.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, hopefully nobody sneaks in the door and runs out with anything while you are online.
Oh, I'm looking at the front door here.
Oh, okay.
It's all good.
All right.
Yeah, like I said, I knew today wouldn't be a productive day anyway, so I just came in, opened the doors, talked to people, sell some filament, answer the phones. I got a couple jobs I gotta do, but not
UCK,
today.
are you the same person that said that on Twitter yesterday?
No.
Trying to find that tweet.
I know Angus, Maker's Muse, is really into BattleBots. It was, how he got into printing, I think, if I recall correctly. Robot Wars, whatever it is, depending on where you are. But yeah, I know he's really into it. He judges competitions sometimes. Yeah.
Cool.
So I put a couple videos up talking about the parts he 3D printed for him, actually.
Oh, cool. That's cool.
Yeah, I used to watch BattleBots on TV years ago where they were built out of steel and they got flamethrowers on them and saws and everything else on them. Like quickie saws mounted to them. They're really destructive. But yeah, plastic that break pretty quick and pretty fast.
Well, he was making gears and internal parts. They were still metal BattleBots. I mean, they've gotten more aggressive now. It's crazy. They have flying BattleBots, like drones and all kinds of stuff.
It's very cool.
Nice.
There's also ways to strengthen like normal prints that like aren't that hard. Like so fabric printing. I don't know whether you've ever seen like this necklace is 3D printed onto fabric with really thin fabric. But you can use stronger things like fly screen for windows and stuff is fiberglass. and you can actually wedge that in between layers of your print and strengthen it. So you could do because to do fabric printing, you do a few layers, then put the fabric in, then continue the rest of your print. But you could just do a few layers, piece of fiberglass, few more layers, piece of fiberglass, few more layers, kind of thing. And you can build up quite a lot of strength that way. You're basically making a composite material. I think there's a lot of things in a lot of things with the composite sort of side of things that can make parts a lot stronger than they naturally would be just off the printer. I know David Shorey's experimented a bit with that. I think it'd be perfect for drones, lightweight.
David
printing.
Shorey, I was trying to think of his name. I remember seeing him. He's been in the fabric stuff like that for a long time.
Yeah, he's a legend.
Yeah, tall, skinny man. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I did an interview with him recently. On my channel. He's awesome.
All right.
Yeah, one of his pieces is actually in a museum.
Yeah, I think it's like the Smithsonian or something too. It's like it's an amazing museum. Yeah, he's a legend. He's a very cool human. I admire him greatly.
Excellent. Hope anybody has anything they want to talk about. I'm kind of blank at the moment. Anybody in chat have any questions? Please feel free to ask. If you'd like to join in and hang out, there's a link there in the stream also.
Yeah, I was gonna say, BCK, there is actually like a 3D printing BattleBot. Trying to find where they're at. I'm looking for the Earth.
That's so cool, Michael. Wow, that's amazing.
Very cool.
Earth deleted all of the sub channel. Oh wait, no, different channel. I'm in 2 different Earth channels apparently.
Michael Castle, have you ever dropped in on a stream? I don't think I've ever seen you on camera, have I? Hint, hint.
It's hard the first time, but it's easy when you do a lot of them. Believe me.
Yeah, I mean,
every time.
I've been 3D printing for like 4 years, and it took me at least 2 years to finally get on camera. But it's no big deal. You're talking to the camera, and your friends are online, and you're reading chat. It's no big deal.
Yeah, and everybody here has a common interest.
Yeah,
so
true.
Even if you use StreamYard or a program like this to go privately, you don't even have to go online. Like, say, I want to talk to Josh or anybody here about something I'm working on. I can, just have the two of us, and I can talk about it, show it to it, explain it, whatever. You're virtually distanced, but it's exactly like being in the room with the person.
So you can use it like Zoom almost, but not.
Well, it's like StreamYard. You just click on the link, you log in, and you don't go live. You drop in early, like we're chatting, and I just never go live, and we just talk about whatever or discuss things for hours on end, and I just never go live. So I'm not public. We're privately chatting. It's exactly like this. Like, we could all be here right now talking, and I wouldn't be live. I didn't hit the live button, and we're just chatting like this, and nobody else knows what we're doing.
Is it very expensive, StreamYard?
No, you can use it free. If you want to pay $25 a month, you can stream up to 3 platforms, and you get a lot more hours. But you can use it for free. If you like, I can share you. I can send you a referral link, and you don't download anything. You just log into it and you use their system. And like I say, you can use it free. If you go online, it'll have their emblem up in the corner, and you can only stream for so many hours a month. But it's a cool program.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. That might make it easier for me to do my my Meter Maker series because Zoom maxes out quality with more than 3 participants, and then you can only do like 45 minutes, and then it wants to re-go. And so I've been using Discord, but if you use
StreamYard private, like in private, like if it wasn't going live, you could do unlimited streams for unlimited hours, all you wanted on the free. I think it's limited to 6 people. If you pay the $25, $29 a month, whatever, then you can have up to 10 people.
That's awesome. Okay, I will have to check this out. This sounds awesome.
Yeah, if I was designing something, or you were designing something, we could sit there and do it on camera, back and forth, and be clear
share
across
screen
the world.
and everything. Yeah.
And can it do Twitch and stuff as well?
Yeah, if you pay for it, you can if you don't pay, you can stream to either Twitch or YouTube, or Facebook, I think too. If you pay for it, you can stream to multiple at the same time.
Up to 3 platforms. It's $25 a month, but if you pay yearly, then it's not $25. It's like 18 or 19 if you pay a year at a time.
Gotcha.
And StreamYard,
cool.
they go live once a week on Sunday night at 6 o'clock talking about what they're updating. There's two young guys that started the company. And then on their Facebook group, they explain how to use everything, and all the features and everything is explained on their Facebook group. And then they have videos also, but it's really cool.
That's awesome. Cool. Thank you.
My dogs are acting up.
What was that? Sorry. Oh.
I think he said his daughter is acting up.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
I'm going to pull myself out real quick and I'll grab that link.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's super cool. I think this should make my life easier. Give that a go.
The only thing I don't like about StreamYard is you can't delegate admin access to other people. So like if you're busy, working on a printer or whatever and streaming it, and then you have like co-hosts like he has in here, you can't delegate somebody else to be able to allow other people to pop in and pop out.
oh, that's right.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I completely just went offline, but since StreamYard isn't on my computer, for instance, if my power went off, you guys would still be here chatting until I rebooted or got my internet back up or my power. It'll just keep running. I don't know how long it'll run for, but it might run forever. I don't know. But you got to log back in and shut it off. I didn't find the link that way, but it's here.
That's awesome. Yeah, I didn't realize you could. Yeah, it didn't occur to me that you could do the backstage thing indefinitely. That makes a lot of sense now you've said it, but that's awesome. Yeah.
You can log in on the tablet, your cell phone, anything. I can pull on a second camera. Like I said, I had one set up in my laser room. I can pull that in. I just click into the link like it's me or anybody. I can have multiple cameras. Just turn off the audio on them so you don't get feedback.
Super cool.
Doorbell.
I'm trying to remember which. I've got the annual StreamYard. I don't remember which level though, whether it's the basic or professional.
Yeah, I need to start streaming more because I pay $29 a month and haven't only been streaming a couple times a month the last couple months.
Oh, so you got 1080p then?
Yeah.
Okay. Does the video quality look better than what we're looking at right now? I'm at 720p.
I don't really pay attention to it. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really pay attention. Everybody always looks clear when I'm streaming, so it's.
Jerry, I got to run. I've got a customer coming to pick up a job. I got to box up now. So, if I can.
Thank you very much for dropping in, Tim. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you,
Lovely to
Jerry,
see
Billy,
you.
Josh, Trevor, Matt. Catch you guys all later. Pop in on
Have a
one of
great
my
one.
streams when you see me. Okay.
Toodaloo.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Awesome.
Pulling up another. Okay, here it is. Referrals. Copy invite link.
Hey, TK3D.
Okay, I just posted. Here's a StreamYard link if anybody wants to use it. It's a referral link. I just put it in chat. Just click on that. It'll open up another tab and you can check it out later.
Awesome. Thank you. I will
All
save
that
for
does,
later.
that means if you ever decide to buy it one of these days, I get commission for it. But
Awesome.
like a $5 commission or something, but that's a referral link. And what's cool, like I say, you don't have to download anything. You just log into them. It checks your camera and your microphone, and you can just tinker with it. Don't even go live. Just load it up, tinker with it. And you can kind of see what my site looks like right now. And if you ever want to do something or import pictures, click on banners. You can just tinker with it offline and figure out how to use it. And if that doesn't work, just go to the Facebook group and it explains everything.
Awesome. Oh yeah. I'll give that a go. Thank you.
Like I say, yeah, you don't have to go live. Just hanging out with your friends, your family, whoever, your next door neighbor.
Yeah.
You want to go knock on their door because you want to social distance, pull them up online and chat and say, well, here's what I got, or here's what I'm working on, whatever.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's social distancing thing is funny because I haven't been outside very much this year. But we in Australia are doing really, really well. And yeah, I mean, probably same everyone, but we in Australia are doing really, really well. And so we can go outside and we can, run and hug random people and it's fine. And I was on a bus yesterday and it was totally crowded and, no masks or anything, but not because people are being slack, because we actually don't need them. But it was kind of an unsettling feeling. And I was like, oh, is this okay? Like, it's kind of weird because, yeah, like we actually are safe, but it just doesn't feel that way yet.
Well, Trevor, because you're on camera, you're not wearing a mask, but typically you have a mask on walking around your store with customers, right?
No, customers are required.
Okay.
We have a city mandate that if you're a shopper, you have to have one.
Yeah.
Like I'm not required to wear one being in my own store.
True. But for your own safety, that's your business. Okay. All right.
I mean, when I go out, like when I walk in the mall, I'll put my mask on. But, yeah. And then anytime we leave and we go, you know, if we go grocery shopping or something, we'll do that. Of course, now we're lazy. We use Walmart. They have that delivery program now.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
Wish I had delivery. I live out in the middle of BFE, so nobody delivers to me.
You got a Walmart, they'll go for it, man. We're not even a town. We're not incorporated. We're just a beach community. You still go out in your backyard and shoot a shotgun if you want.
Wow.
Yeah, not
That's pretty different to hear.
Yeah, I think
no restrictions for burning, no restrictions for. We don't even have our own police. The county provides police. They're deputies.
Wow. There you go.
Yeah, we never got to be a big town. We got like maybe 40,000 people. So.
Yeah, my wife said next year when she goes down to Florida, Pensacola, to visit her mom and dad, she'll come by and say hi to you.
Heck yeah. Yeah, we were about 45 minutes away from Pensacola, but now that Pensacola bridge is no longer.
What happened to the bridge?
Company, huh?
What happened to the bridge?
When we had this last hurricane, it's a 3-mile bridge. And the last one, I think they built maybe in like the 50s or the 60s, and it was getting old. And so they hired a company to make a new one. And this company built it, and they didn't remove their barges. And the storm hit, and it took 8 of their barges and wedged it under this new bridge and destroyed it. So now the bridge is out for like another 6 months to a year before they can even fix it. And now, you know, of course, they're going to sue this company. The city or the state's going to sue these guys. And it's a whole mess. Eventually, the problem is there's no way to get around here from Pensacola
It's an act
to
of
the other
God.
side without a bridge. So you got to go completely around an hour and a half the other way. What do you want, Tate?
We nearly had the same thing happen. We have a very large bridge that is one of the main bridges across the river here because Brisbane's either side of a river. And we had floods in 2011. And we had this floating walkway thing that was like a bike path and floating walkway kind of dealio that was just like a road. But it dislodged during the floods because they were crazy. They went all through the city and flooded everywhere. And so that dislodged and started floating down the river and was going to hit this bridge. And some guy got out in his little tugboat and like maneuvered it just right so that it floated underneath the bridge and totally saved the bridge. And yeah, like he was like a hero. We were all like, yay, the bridge is not dead. But it was a crazy time. Those floods were insane. Like most of my friends were affected by them. The whole city, basically. It was
I watch a show called Gold Rush every year, and some of the people down in Australia is loaded with gold everywhere.
Or it used to be. Not as much anymore, but yeah.
Nuggets galore.
You have to know where to find it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, my mum lives in a town that used to be. I mean, there's so many but used to be a gold rush town. That's what it was made on. And that people still have mine shafts just all over the place. Like she had to get like 7 concrete trucks to come and fill a hole in her yard because they found a mine shaft and it just was like this big gaping hole, and they just kept pouring concrete in and it just kept going in. So they just kept having to bring in more trucks. It was crazy.
I think it's Florida. Isn't it Florida that's full of sinkholes?
Yeah, we got some.
And there was a guy a couple of years ago was in a house and his house collapsed and fell in the hole, and they didn't bother to go in with a rope and a tent to save him because they figured they were putting their life in jeopardy. So they just left him there. And then yeah.
There you go. Yeah, that like people's houses fall in all the time in this town. Like they were building a new Woolworths, which is like a like a grocery store, just big grocery store. And it fell into a hole that they didn't know was there and had to keep rebuilding. Like, it happens all the time.
Hello. Hi. Thank you. Phone call for me.
Yeah, she's gonna
Yeah,
start.
that was like just falling into a sinkhole.
She's gonna dial 911 when you're not looking.
You know what? Actually, for the store, I got these cordless phones. They're Panasonic, and I Bluetooth link them to my cell phone. That's what I have for my store phone number. And so we got 4 of these laying around the store, and they just ring when the phone rings. So
Neat.
they work great, but they're not actually on landlines, so she won't. Okay, I need you to sit still for a minute.
Hey, Josh, didn't you just build a really big hypercube? You're muted.
Oh, he's on quiet.
Oh, man.
I'm building a really big tesseract.
That is huge.
No dimensions.
It's a 700 millimeter cube.
Wow.
Wow. Heck yeah.
It should have 550 by 550 by 650 print dimensions when I finally get it together.
That's crazy. Is that also holding up your backdrop? Is it that big? That's crazy.
I have it taped to the top.
That's awesome. Wow.
Mine only like 30.
Yeah, my hypercube from ZYLTECH is 400 by 400 by 500, 30 extrusion, except for the bed that's 2020. And I finally got it to print good. I really like it. I hooked up LEDs around the top edge. I've got a 32-bit Big Tree Tech 1.4 turbo in it, but I can't get the LEDs to work. So I got to figure out why. And then I bought the little breakout board from Printed Solid that Chris Warkocki made, and I put on it, but I still can't get it to work right. I've got like, I don't know, 150 LEDs or 80 LEDs, I think, going all the way around the top rim. So it has a separate power source, not drawing off the board. So I don't know. I fiddle with something and then I move on. And like my wife says, what?
Like a pin connector? Are those pin connectors or is it a regular just a plug?
That's I think for pin connectors, yeah. And then I got a power brick that feeds it, powers the lights, power on a separate power brick. And then I got my
turned around.
Yeah, BCK, the thing with those, they've got a small X and Y. But the Z can go on forever. But I think they're only, what, 210 by 230 build on the X and Y, something like that.
Something like that. In time, other companies, if it's a hit, other companies will make other versions. The price will come down. So,
well, see, that's the thing though. There's been belt printers out for years and years and years now, and the only reason Creality is as successful as they are with theirs is because they're like the number 2 3D printing company in the world.
Yeah.
So they've just
pretty open about that though, that they're
got
leveraging other people, that they're leveraging existing work, or at least Naomi is. She's very open about it having been leveraged on other existing work.
right.
I like the one guy that took the Prusa Mini and then G code. It makes the print. It what does it do? Moves the bed forward, falls off the print, goes back in place, starts printing another similar process, but it's on a Prusa Mini and it's all done in G code. There's no belt involved.
Yeah, I saw someone doing that on the
Maybe it
subreddit
was the belt.
years ago.
Out of the way, then it rolls off, then it goes back and prints the next one, something like that.
Well, I know Mike Molinari and Auto Drop 3D. They've got an arm that pushes off the prints when it's done. But
I've seen people even do it with that gantry, which I always kind of was like, "Are you sure it's okay?" But on a glass bed, it'd probably be fine if you waited for it to cool. Things fall.
Well,
off pretty
there's
easily,
some
yeah.
like what is it? Print Bite is. I know I've said it 100 times before, and I love other people like Wham and Altastick and stuff. But Print Bite has always been, for the last 3 years, my favorite printing surface because it sticks, and when the bed cools, like you could, and the part would move. I mean, it's you blow it and it comes right off. So it's something like that, like there. I can't say it, Thrashert. Print Bite is voodoo magic for sure. And it doesn't a lot of printing surfaces now you have to limit what you can print on them. They're not for every type of filament. But with PrintBite, you can print nylon and all the other higher temp stuff as well. So, but anyways, yeah.
That's very cool.
Auto Drop 3D. The thing with their system though is you can't have a bed that moves. So they use a lot of Delta printers and stuff, I believe, for theirs.
I like Deltas. I got a few Deltas. I like them. They're different.
Delta is my everyday. I love her. She's I love her.
Back there, or what is that?
That's a Anycube Cossel Linear Plus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yes, I love her though. I've been using her for a couple of years, a bit more. And she's my daily driver. I love her. Yeah, she's awesome. I call her Ripley because she's sexy and cool and really, really competent. She just works. So yes, I named her Ripley after Alien.
Interesting concept.
Pardon?
I've never tried a Delta printer. Interesting concept. I read years ago that it's hard to level the beds on them. I don't know.
Nowadays, it's all auto leveled, or like back in the old days before they had auto leveling, probably. But the auto leveling works it all out mathematically with calculus and crap. I don't know.
And then even if you have a really, really tall Delta, your print's only going to be like yay big because the arms are so long on it. So if you want to go tall, then you got to have a really extremely big.
Yeah. But you can go super speedy and maintain your quality, which is really exciting and fun. They're like the sports cars of the 3D printing world, I reckon. Well, they're kind of annoying to fix, but they are beautiful and really cool.
Jerry, next year I'm solving that problem.
It looked like aliens.
What was that, Trevor?
Like aliens.
Round objects.
Your machine.
Like I mean, nozzles for a customer, and the Delta would print it twice as fast. You just spiral stuff. It's really quick on.
Yeah.
It's just
like vases, and if you're gonna do like rockets or something like that. In fact, they're using like a Delta printer now to build some rockets. Mm-hmm. They have a fiber laser that melts aluminum spools.
Wow.
It just builds the fuselage that way.
Wow.
That's very cool. I have a bunch of friends who do metal printing of all different kinds, and it's very, very cool. In Australia, there's this one type of metal printing. It is like actual voodoo magic. They fire metal particles at the object so quickly that they like fuse to form one solid object, and it happens so freaking quickly. It's crazy when you watch it, and it looks like nothing's happened. Like it looks like, because it's being fired so quickly, it looks like it just appears out of nothing, like an object just appears. It's so crazy to watch. It's amazing.
EBM, right? Electron beam.
No, it's not electron beam. It's different. It's actual particles of metal just being thrown at it. I think it's called Speed 3D. But yeah, but it is different from that one.
Tyler,
it's still more kind of like a SLS in the end.
Tyler West, thank you very much.
It's on
$10 on PayPal. I appreciate it.
Oh, nice. Well done. It's on a like 6-axis robot arm that like moves the object around, so the thing can keep firing at it. It's amazing. And I won't keep boasting about it, but they recently put it into a shipping container and like dropped it in the middle of the bush, which is like middle of nowhere. And it was like printing objects without being attached to anything like power or whatever. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. You could just drop it anywhere and start building, metal parts. I think it's pretty freaking neat.
Where you live in Australia, is it a big city or a small town?
It's our third largest city in Australia. Okay. So we got 20 million-ish. So.
And if you drive out of town, you got kangaroos everywhere, or are they in just in wildlife areas? I don't know.
Kangaroos are everywhere. Yeah, if you drive 40 minutes out of any city, I think you'll start seeing them on the side of the road because they are like deer and they get hit all the time. They just run in front of traffic. But yeah, kangaroos are plentiful.
I seen a video on YouTube. It was actually kind of funny. I forget, the kangaroo was attacking this guy's, I don't remember what it was attacking, something.
Dog? Probably
dog. And the guy slugs it in the face. That was hilarious. Knocked his head back and then it ran off. I thought that was so funny because it put up the paws like it wanted to fight, and the guy slugged it in the mouth and saved whatever critter it was bothering, and it was just funny. I mean, I don't consider them animal abuse. It was funny because it was hurting the animal when he hit it like a human. So
Yeah. Oh, kangaroos normally they're like any Australian animal really. Like if you leave them alone, they'll generally leave you alone, but the dogs kind of go after them, so then the kangaroo wants to get all defensive and then
Yeah.
people's dogs get in trouble quite often. But if you give almost any Australian animal room, it'll just leave you alone. Like I don't know. Like we all just like learn to kind of respect nature and not touch it, you know? Like we just watch it from afar and admire it from afar and then we have no problems.
If you live remotely, a kangaroo might come on your property wanting food or looking around, but it's not going to act like a bear and tear up stuff or attack you.
It won't even come near you. It'll just eat your grass.
It'd
And
be
if
like
it sees you, it'll bugger off.
Like a cow or
Yeah.
something. Then okay.
Yeah, like a deer, I guess. I don't know. Like if it sees you, it'll bugger off. Like it doesn't want to be around you. Nothing really does. Like snakes and stuff mostly wouldn't either. There's only a few Australian animals that I would be like, I wouldn't want to meet you in the wild. And that would be a saltwater crocodile, but they're really easy to avoid. You just don't swim where they do. And a king brown snake, which they will hunt you down just for spite. They're the only snake that'll do it. But yeah, they will hunt you down and bite you just for spite. And the areas they are not close to hospitals, so yeah, you might die. But other than that, everything else will just leave if you give it room to. Like mostly when we see a snake or whatever here, we're like, you know, we'll see a snake and then we'll tell all the nearby people, oh, look, there's a snake. And we will all go and admire the snake and we'll be like, wow, that's a big snake. And we'll all estimate its size and we will exchange previous conversations about other snakes we've seen. And then, you know, like we will all kind of be like, okay, cool. Well, we'll just keep an eye on it and then go about our day. And that's all that happens. Like yeah. So even though everything's like venomous and scary, no, nothing ever happens because we just leave it be.
Cool.
We have bears. That's about it. We have a lot of bears in the area. Like
that's way more terrifying.
I see a bear right there.
That is way more terrifying than like a tiny spider or whatever.
A lot of bears are what, like 10, I don't know, 8 to 10 feet tall, really big black bears?
No, we have Florida brown bears.
Yeah,
they're not that big, and they leave you alone. I mean, you know, I've never heard of anybody getting hurt by one.
Actually, there's a guy a couple properties down from me. He bought like a giant outdoor cooler for his freezer for his meats and everything, and a bear broke into it, and he didn't know the bear was in there, and the bear tore him up when he went in there to get something. He had huge gashes all over his legs and his chest. It was pretty bad.
Wow, that's
the only time I've heard about anybody getting attacked down here, though.
Yeah, we have a lot of dogs. I mean, like people have these enclosed back porches with the pool and stuff. With the
You're not
screen.
supposed to play
And
dead
the
when
bears
you
will
get
come right
by
through
a
there
bear.
and eat your dogs.
Yeah, I don't know what he did, whether he tried to play dead or not, but that thing, I mean, he had huge, giant gashes ripped out of his legs and stuff trying to get away from him. It was bad.
That's
Does
crazy.
that really work, playing dead, or is that just a myth?
I have no idea.
I think it would be pretty hard to do in the moment if you're being attacked by a bear. I can't
Take away
imagine
no
that.
matter what.
No.
That would be
it
really
You either
hard.
say
Pause,
take
it
the
might
back
be-
if you have a back, or if you take a backpack in front of you or something, and then you drop and then go away. You know that the bear goes after the backpack, or if you have anything in your hand, what the bear might be interested in, like a diversion.
That sounds like a good idea. I don't think I'll remember any of this in the moment, though. I'm happy in Australia where everything is drastically smaller than me. You know, like a dingo, you meet a dingo and you're a lot bigger than it and you can scare it away. And that's like the biggest predator we have. Bears are terrifying. I don't know how Americans are so scared of Australian animals when you have bears and mountain lions and freaking moose. I don't know. It's crazy.
What do you think about that monolith that seems to be popping up all over the world, which is probably people planning it, taking pictures, and calling the media?
They removed that like 3 or 4 days ago.
There's like 3 of them now.
Yeah, I know
they're
they
popping
found
up.
2, but
There's one in Bellario, the one in Utah disappeared, and then there was one somewhere in California. Up
The
on
one in
some
Utah
mountain.
that disappeared is it up on eBay yet?
No, it was two activists who are into rock climbing and stuff took claim for taking it down because they said that it was drawing tourists and tourists were damaging the nature.
and getting lost.
So they got mad.
Here in
Well,
Australia, you can't just wander anywhere in nature. You really have to stick to the paths.
it'd
and
be
stuff.
cool if it was
But it
something you
shouldn't be-
couldn't touch and you couldn't remove, and it was something really from somewhere else. But
Well, apparently the one in Utah had actually been there since 2015, according to Google map scans.
I saw that.
They just accidentally came across it while they were counting some animal in the area. So it'd been there for a while. It's not like it just appeared and disappeared.
okay.
I also saw a reference to 2 artists that were known for doing that kind of stuff, even though I think one guy was dead and the other one said it wasn't him or something. So they still don't know who put him there, but
TK popped in the stream early, or he was in chat early, and I guess it was way past his bedtime, and he was waiting to, hurry up with the stream, get it going. So I said, go drink a Monster, drink some coffee.
oh, we got more printers.
Oh, geez.
Hey, UPS guy, you're on YouTube. Ask him if he wants to be on YouTube.
Oh, he's gone. I forgot to one last
Got a
person.
schedule.
Ciao.
Aww,
I'm a pug. Here.
so cute.
Okay.
It's Frank from Men in Black.
Nah,
Yeah.
hello. Little
Hey,
kitty.
doggy. And I waved to the dog. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she comes to work every day too.
Cool.
I love dogs.
Yeah. I have 2
They're
girl
like-
dogs. I talk to them. Whatever I do, I talk to them. When I'm petting a certain part of their body, I explain it. So when I'm going to do anything, they pretty much know what Dad's going to do because I've already kind of trained them what that word means.
It's very
go to the-
consensual. I like it.
Go to the store, go to the mailbox. You want a bone, a rawhide, rub your ears, rub your tummy, whatever it might be. So,
Hey, dogs are really smart, actually. Like, people don't realize they really understand a lot of what you're telling them.
Yeah, we had this collie, and I swear we never even trained him to do anything, but he just somehow knew what we wanted. Like if we had our arms full of groceries or whatever, he would like open the sliding door for us, and we never trained him that. He just like worked that out, and yeah, he would just do that sort of stuff all day. It was crazy.
Brian Baker, if you'd like to pop in, if you got a minute, here's a link in StreamYard. You can come in and say, hey, from up in Canada. We had Tim on a little bit ago, and he had to get back to work.
I probably should get that way myself actually soon.
Yeah, I have
Yeah, me
a
too.
few hundred samples to still make.
What are you eating, Josh?
Rice Krispie treats.
Nice.
I like to make those and put peanut butter in them. They're really good with peanut butter.
I can imagine that.
When I make them from scratch, I put a layer of Hershey's candy bars, and then the Rice Krispies on top, and then some peanut butter, and then more Rice Krispies on top of that.
How you
Are Rice
melt
Krispies the
your
marshmallowy sort of things?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because there's another Rice Krispie type deal here called White Christmas, which is like Kofa and other weird things.
Yeah, it's just the Rice Krispie cereal with marshmallow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We have a different name for them, but I get it. Yeah.
What do you call them down there?
Oh, we call them LCM bars. I don't. It's just a thing. Yeah. Yeah. It's the same. I'm sure it's just marshmallow and rice bubbles.
Well,
We
everybody knows that sound. I got a delivery.
Woo.
Or my
Apparently
sister
it's a
got it.
popular time for UPS.
Yeah.
Yeah. What time is it there?
Here in Vegas, it's 2:17 in the afternoon.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's 4:17 here, and we're central.
You know, something that USPS has been doing, and it really pisses me off. It'll say package delivered 7:15 p.m. dropped off in the mailbox, and it's not. It's there the next day. And that's happened multiple times. I've complained. It'll say you got a delivery. It's not. And then one neighbor told me that he found out he thinks that Amazon doesn't want to get fined by, or USPS don't want to get fined by
That's
Amazon.
exactly what it
So
is.
they're
That
lying
happens-
and they're saying that it was delivered and it wasn't.
Yep.
That happens to me all the
Wow.
time, dude. I
Yep.
get 30 shipments a week from Amazon, and 10 times a week that'll happen. And my postal guy is really honest. He's been there like he's about to retire, and he tells it all, and they'll do that. They'll deliver stuff on a Monday, and it showed delivered 3 days before.
Yeah.
And you checked up on it. What's their excuse? What have they told you being a business owner?
they literally say, yeah, that just happened. Just, you know,
They do it.
Just
from
happens as though it's an
They don't even
accident.
lie. For you.
Like,
Just like, yeah, you caught us, you know. Oh well, sorry. They don't even care. Like, they're not embarrassed. They don't try to hide it.
It's not like you can do anything about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I get smoke coming out my ears. I turn red. And I called up and complained a couple times, and they called me back, a few different people, but it goes nowhere. So, you know.
No, it doesn't. They don't care. They're $1 billion company with people who make minimum wage that work in all conditions 6 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week. They're all replaceable. It's like,
that's awful.
Hello,
That's
Mr. Llama.
awful.
You're welcome to drop in and hang out if you'd like.
Llama.
Link is in the chat.
on that flex plate order I got, I came home last night and it was all sitting in my yard. UPS had just thrown it right in my yard. $10,000 flex plate order.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And
That's
there were
crazy.
10 boxes, and they split up the order into 10 different boxes. Each actually shipped each one individually, and 7 of them showed up. 2 of them are showing they don't know where the fuck they're at, and 1 of them shows delivery today.
Wow.
That's normal from UPS around here.
That's crazy.
One day, because you can track them now online. There's actually a tracking tool UPS will send you. And one day we watched it, and I had a huge order from Crowdy. I had like 42 boxes or something. I've been waiting forever, and it was going to be there that day. And all of a sudden, we see that he goes to the mall, and he's at the mall for like 3 hours. And after he'd been here like an hour, I'm like, okay, there's not that many stores. Like, I'm going to go out and look at them. I couldn't find him parked anywhere around the mall. So all of a sudden, about 3 hours into him being here, it shows him leave, and he goes to the end of the road, which is a big, a lot of businesses. And then 2 hours later, all of a sudden my packages all show undeliverable, that there'll be another day, and you see his things start headed back to the depot.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck this. So my wife got in the car and she tracked him down, and he just didn't want to unpack it all. He said it was towards the end of the day. He didn't. And when he finally came in and I asked him, I'm like, so, you were at the mall for 3 hours. He had a delivery at the shoe store. 40 shoe boxes, and it took him 3 hours to deliver that. That's like a 20-minute job. So
I was a delivery driver for 10 years. I know all about the delivery process. Yeah.
Yeah. Some of these guys are so lazy, and then I'll get boxes with dents in them. Like, we're closed on Mondays. That's the only day we're closed. And they all know this. It's been like this the whole year we've been here. There's notes posted. I'm making but yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to reply back to Michael Cassell. My stuff doesn't get here till 8 or 9 o'clock at night from FedEx or from UPS.
So if I write glass breakable, will that help at all? Writing glass on it?
They'll probably kick it harder just to see.
Yep.
So if I ship a model, don't even label it. Just hope it gets there.
Fragile on it. They actually require, if it gets broken, they will ask you in the paperwork, is fragile on it, and you want it to say fragile on every side of the box.
Okay.
Top, bottom, and all corners.
All right.
Yeah. I get about 2 or 3 printers a month that I send customers broken, damaged, or just altogether missing. I filed so many claims this year with UPS and FedEx.
When I got my laser from California from Omtech Laser, it was very well packed. Nothing was broke. I got it in 2 days. It's like I ordered on a Wednesday. I got it Friday. It's like, wow, that was quick. So.
Yeah, I order stuff from AliExpress all the time, even printers and stuff, and they're always really well packed. I'm lucky, I guess.
How long does it take to get to Australia, AliExpress?
Depends on the thing. Like, I ordered some underwear. I ordered everything from AliExpress. I ordered some underwear like 3 days ago, and it came yesterday rather. So I was like, dang. Like, yeah, sometimes that happens, but normally 3 to 6 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's at least 3 or 4 weeks for anything from ALI to us.
Yeah. Though this morning I ordered Uber Eats because I was like, I'm not gonna make my breakfast before this stream because I was up, and sleepy, and and the Uber Eats guy just dropped it by my mailbox, like way in the garden, like just in the garden, and I was like, that's not the front door. He just just gonna put that on the street right there. Okay. It was kind of weird, but yeah. But generally, our deliveries are pretty good. I really can't complain. Like the delivery drivers are nice and stuff, and chat to them every now and again. They give me a package for the old people, like who used to live in this house, and then I'm like, oh, take that back. That's not mine, and they'll do that. So it's nice. Yeah, it's pretty good. Though I want to get a post box because I want to send people stuff, and I, don't want everyone to know my address because I have some crazy stalkers. So yeah, I want to get a post box. So I think I might try and do that soon.
Good idea these days.
Yeah. Yes.
I used to have one years ago. At the moment, I don't. But
they're expensive.
Post boxes in England.
Yeah, I mean they're not really cheap here.
100 quid a month.
Oh, that's a lot. That's more than here.
Most postal places around the U.S., I don't remember what it was, but they receive packages and everything, and it has a suite address. So when you address anything, it goes to a suite. It doesn't, not necessarily a P.O. box. So, a lot of places will ship there.
How much money does it cost to get rid of a stalker?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like that's, yeah. I don't really have an option. It's not really optional for me. Like if I put it out there, then, bad stuff will definitely happen. It's very scary sometimes.
I'm sure you heard about all that stuff about Amy when she put that implant in her arm for the Tesla remote. And
no?
She had a lot of crazy people. People showing up at her house, sending her stuff to her house. And because when you buy a house in the United States, it's public record. So you can look up your name and address and everything. And
wow, that's messed up.
She was dealing with a lot of
the star of the maps comes from.
What's that?
In Hollywood we get maps from the stars.
Yeah.
Right.
Showing where everybody lives.
What is wrong with people? Like, it just blows my mind. It's like I'm an actual human being. Like, I'm not here just to entertain you. Like, some people are just so crazy and it blows my mind. Like,
I think a lot of the problems she was getting were people from religious groups saying that by implanting a chip in her arm, she was like the mark of the beast or something.
No.
What?
Yeah, it was crazy. It was really crazy.
People
are so a bad idea, but definitely not the mark of the beast.
Yeah.
People are so bizarre. But we all chip our dogs, right? Or is that not a thing in the States? Like, are dogs demonic too?
Yeah, dogs.
It's like illegal not to. I think here.
Well, here it's optional.
Yeah, my dog.
Optional for what? I didn't hear what you're talking about.
Getting your animals chipped.
Oh. Yeah, they usually chip everything.
Yeah, and that's just the same as what those RFID chips are. It's just that little ceramic. It's the same thing, really.
Well, we don't got to worry about getting chipped. We got a comet coming next year. We just don't know it yet.
It's always something, isn't there?
Just imagine if something like that really happened. You think they're going to get on the news and tell you, oh, yeah, by the way, guys, in 6 months, we got this comet that's going to take out half the planet. We're all going to die. But if something like that ever happened, they're not going to tell you because there'd be mass chaos everywhere.
Did you read about Apophis? Yeah. That was the one that was supposed to make like a close call in 2026, but they didn't take into account that it accelerates from the gases being expelled.
Yeah.
And now they said there's a chance it actually could hit us. They got to like redo all the math.
I seen the comet movie recently where they blew up a comet and little particles came down everywhere, and I forget the name of it, but you never know.
Did it turn all the way? Yeah. Okay.
Interesting.
Like in the movie Armageddon.
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
We'll just send Ben Affleck and what's his name, Bruce Willis up there and take care of
those sci-fi movies, zombie movies, all kinds of stuff like that. Anything.
I watch a lot of horror movies, even though they're trash. But every now and again, you get a really good one, and you hold on to it, and hope for all the other horror movies. They're almost all trash, but there's some really good ones, like Witch and Hereditary, and I don't know, Creep. There's some really good ones. So I watch a whole bunch, hoping for some really good ones. Often disappointed.
Now you have Mass Hysteria online.
I reckon I have to skedaddle, but this has been really fun. So thank you so much for inviting me on.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was just saying, lady and gents, I need to head out too and get back to making samples.
Well, you guys are always welcome whenever I do a hangout, or welcome to come hang out and chat.
Thank you. What's your schedule? I'm trying to make a calendar of everyone's schedule so I know when to watch.
I don't really have one. I just decide on a certain day I'm going to do a hangout or a live stream. If I have a guest on, I usually post it on Saturday or Sunday on Twitter and on Facebook, and I schedule it for the next week. And then if I'm going to do a hangout that morning, I'll wake up and say, okay, this afternoon I'm going to do a hangout. I just randomly do them. So
Gotcha.
If I ever do a hangout, if you're interested, I can hit you up on Twitter and let you know when it's going to be in case you want to pop in.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Let me know. Yeah, that'd be lovely.
And then if you don't see it and I'm actually on and you come on, I'm on live. I always put it in the chat. People can pop in randomly if they want to. So,
awesome. Super. That sounds great. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. Yeah. Have a great evening or afternoon. Yes.
Bye. I'll catch y'all later too.
Thank you, Josh. I appreciate it, man.
All right. Thanks for the invite, man.
Nice to meet you.
So what has the laser project coming, Jerry?
Let's see. I got most of my upgrades done on it. I got the mini Gerbil installed 2 days ago. I don't have a laptop that's powerful enough to run Lightburn to put in that room, so I ordered a long cable that's a powered cable of some sort, and that just came in the mail while we're sitting here. UPS or whoever said it was delivered. I'm going to run a cable to it about 25 foot into this room, and then I'll do Lightburn sometime tonight and test it and go from there.
The mini Gerbil was so you can run Lightburn, right? The controller board it came with wouldn't run Lightburn.
Yes.
Yeah, I know that's a lot of problems with them. Some of them come with I forget the name of the board that you can run Lightburn with stock on those. But
let me get something to drink.
Cohesion.
That was definitely one. They were like, okay, get this board because you can use Lightburn with it. Yeah, just almost like a 3D printing board. Same thing.
Yeah, this is the one that came with it that I took out that I was told doesn't run Lightburn. And if it does, I'm going to be mad.
No, most of them.
Nano. It's an MA Nano board. So, but I was told the Lightburn wouldn't run on it, so I automatically upgraded. And I hate buying a new product and start changing things automatically, because then you're out more money.
Yeah, well, you never know. You might need that board one day. Just hold on to it.
Yeah.
You don't know what for, but
Yeah.
Makes you feel better saying it at least.
And then I took a C270 camera with a wide angle lens I had on one of my printers, Logitech, and I mounted to the lid. And then I'll just run that into a little USB hub, and then I'll plug that into this wired 20-foot cord I got in the mail, and I'll plug that in USB over here, run Lightburn today, test it, make sure water's running. Even if I fire it, even if I turn it on, I think I should have water in that tube just for safety's sake. So I don't accidentally fire it and say, oh no, the water's not on. And then, I screwed something.
I hate that you got to use a cooler on CO2s. See, I don't have to worry about that.
Well, I got a bucket of water. I'm going to put distilled water in, and then I froze a couple 2-liter bottles. And I'll just put 1 2-liter in it, fill it up like half full, and tinker with it. And then if I'm going to do a bunch of cutting, I'll just have to buy a temperature sensor, I guess, drop it in the bucket so I can monitor it. So anyway, I hate mixing water and electricity, but that's how it is. So
it won't work long if you don't mix those.
You try to cool it down?
You have to cool it down. It's a laser tube. It's a big long tube. Water has to run through it to cool.
Why not? You can use what's it called? It's like a vegetable oil almost, and you can actually buy a little chiller, what actually chills down the oil, so the oil gets really hard to pump through. But that means it's basically working, cooling down your whatever you want to cool down.
Yeah, with laser, you use distilled water antifreeze, one or the other.
And they sell coolers for those lasers that have an active refrigeration unit in there.
Yeah.
But I think that's just for people that are using theirs, long while during the day.
Probably even more than you use your fiber lasers. If you had a CO2, I don't know that you would be doing enough work that would justify buying a cooler like that.
They're expensive.
Girl 3D, how's it going, buddy? You're welcome to drop in and hang out if you'd like. AutoDrop has a belt printer he got from a different company. He's been doing a bunch of tests in, and last week he got his beard caught in it. He pulled out some hair in his beard. He got his beard caught in his belt. That's it's kind of funny, but anyway, it wasn't too serious. He got it out. He didn't lose much hair in it. But there's a link I just put in there if you'd like to drop in and hang out. Yeah, I bought you're talking about me, AutoDrop. I bought the K40 from MomTech out of California. It took 2 days to get here. I got it 2 weeks ago or so. And I've been doing various upgrades on it, and I'm ready to fire it. I was waiting on a couple cables so I could plug it into this printer.
4 parts, so she's getting all the different ones together.
There we go. Where was I at? Anyway, the mail came. I got a big long USB cord so I can run it from this computer right here into that room to the laser so I can run Lightburn and tinker with it. So,
okay. Another question. Could you use it on the laser on stone?
Yeah, you can etch different types of stone. What exactly? I don't have a laser yet. I don't know, but people do etch different types of stone, glass, mirror, acrylic. You can burn through some types of wood, paper, obviously.
Would the mirror not bounce the laser back off?
What?
The mirror wouldn't bounce the laser back off?
You burn the back side of the mirror. You flip it over upside down. You're burning the finish off the back of it. And, of course, you have the lid down. And then just for safety's sake, I bought some decent laser glasses. Oh, wait a minute, Trevor. I got you muted because you were talking in the background. There you go.
Talking to a customer.
Okay. Yeah, I got some laser glasses here they should be good enough for what I'm using, even though it's going to be closed. The laser beam is invisible. If anything ever happened, you get hit in the eye, you go blind from it. So whenever that machine is running and I walk in the room, I'll have these on just for the hell of it. You only got one set of eyes, and I don't care if I look like Donald Duck or Mickey Mouse. It saves my eyes, and it saves my eyes.
Yeah, exactly.
I just usually use the laser with one eye open.
Yeah.
Just in case.
So you have a good one. But, you can never be too safe.
I would put a sign on the door, before you enter the room.
Yeah, laser in use.
Yeah.
All right, 2130.
Yeah, I'm on Betty Boots till I got it about 3 weeks ago. Yeah, I haven't fired it yet. I've been waiting on different upgrades I wanted to do to it. And yes, I tell everybody, when you get a 3D printer, test it out, get it working really good, and then do one upgrade at a time. So if something goes wrong, it did. I'm not doing that on this laser. I'm doing a bunch of upgrades right away before I even turn it on.
Do you guys
So.
stuff like that?
What's that?
Shapeways, you know what I'm talking about?
The service? Yeah, I don't do the services. I used to, but you just had too many people come.
Yeah, Marcel, if you'd like to pop in and hang out, you can. Yeah, Trevor's busy at work at his store in Florida, so he's talking to a customer right now. I've got his mic muted. So.
Yeah. I've been doing some test prints. Ways because I'm trying to figure out hold on, some light to it. You can see it.
Very nice. Put it on the bottom of it. Put it close to the bottom. Oh, no, I guess not. Okay, it's too much light.
No.
All right.
Yeah, I have to do it like this. It's always better this way.
Hey, Kenny, how you doing? How's it going, Kenny?
How you guys doing?
Pretty good. Yeah, I can hear you. You sound good. Let's see if Trevor's still got customers. Yeah, okay. I'll leave him muted for a minute. So what do you got going on today, Kenny? What are you working on? 3D pen.
I'm learning from ZYLTECH the other day, thanks to you.
Okay. Yeah, ZYLTECH live stream. All right. That's cool. I'm glad you got it.
I've got a drawing that I did.
Okay.
That I'm going to build with the 3D pen.
Oh, that'll be cool to see.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in a metal detecting. I see a bunch behind you there.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I've been doing it for 52 and a half years.
Oh, wow.
I
Yeah.
also authored a book on it.
My brother has a Garrett, a green Garrett he bought like 20 something years ago, and he don't use it much anymore. And I have a cheap Mickey Mouse one in the garage. My brother used to be into metal detecting a lot.
Yeah, I'm a Garrett's dealer.
Oh, okay.
Here's the book that I wrote.
Oh, excellent. Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
And that's what I'm going to do with my new 3D printer is make once I get it figured out. I'm going to start making figurines for metal detecting and stuff. And I'm also working on a diorama, metal detecting diorama. So I'm going to be making some things with my 3D printer and with the 3D pen.
So your metal detector's out an object. You can usually detect down a lot, like 6 or 8 inches, depending on what it is you're looking for.
It'll go down, depends on what size coil you got. If you get the bigger coils, they'll go down probably 2 feet, 3 feet. Depends on how big of a target you're looking at.
And then based on the signal, you can tell if it's copper, metal, gold, whatever.
It tells by the numbers and stuff on the screen what it's possibly going to be before you dig it.
What kind of things have you found in your lifetime that's really interesting or valuable?
I have so much stuff. I'll take you out to my office in the front here and show you.
All right. Wow. Wow. Very nice.
That's just some of the stuff that I've got.
So you're working right now at your business?
What's that? You're breaking up.
You're working right now at your business, or this is your home?
I can't understand you, Jerry.
You're at work right now, your business?
Yeah, I own Chippewa Valley Lock and Key and Groundview Metal Detector Sales and Rental. We own 2 businesses here.
Okay. Where are you located?
In Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin.
Okay. Very nice.
We're 100 miles east of Minneapolis, St. Paul. So, yeah, I'm retired deputy sheriff out of this county.
Well, thank you for your service.
And I put in just under 37 years.
Well,
I also put in 18 years pushing an ambulance around.
well, I'm glad you survived your service. It's crazy times to be in law enforcement.
I'm glad to be out, I'll tell you that. Now I have my locksmith shop. I can.
How's it going otherwise?
Very nice.
That's my shop, and I'm sitting in my office with all my metal detectors and stuff. So
Let me go ahead and mute his mic again. So you recently got into 3D printing?
yeah, I just started into it. I bought the Creality Ender 3 version 2.
Okay.
And I had some problems with it. I contacted you that time. I've got that up and running. And now I'm having a problem with the filament sticking to the board, the base. So I'm trying to figure that out.
So it's sticking too well, or it's not sticking the first layer?
It's not sticking the first layer.
Okay, you have to re-level your bed probably. It's just a little bit too close.
Okay.
When I first got the Creality 3 V2 from Creality, they sent it to me to do a review on it. I leveled it with the paper. I adjusted the wheels. Everything went fine.
That's what I
Because
did.
that gantry moves up and down so easy, about a week later, when I went to re-level it, it was hitting the end stop and popping up, and I couldn't get it level. So I got on Brian Vine's page, 3D BV3D Brian Vines. He had a file somebody wrote for him on his video that I posted on underneath my videos, and I put it in my 3D printing group. We run the G-code software. That way you're not unlocking the steppers and it doesn't drop down by itself. In other words, it won't stay where you set it to. So you run the G-code, it goes around, put the paper under it, adjust the wheel real quick, do that 3 or 4 times, and then after that, you should be good to go. There shouldn't be a problem.
All right, I'll give that a try.
But if you look underneath any of my videos or on my Facebook group, there'll be a file in the description to run that G-code. Just run that file. It'll go around to different spots on the bed, each corner in the center 3 or 4 times. It'll give you a chance to put a paper under it, and you can readjust it. Because what's happening, like with most printers, when you unlock your steppers, when it's running, your gantry doesn't drop. It'll pretty much stay there, and then you can do the paper test. On the V2, it moves too easy. You don't even realize it. And then when you think you have it level, it'll auto level, and then it's too high. But that'll solve it.
All right.
I promise you that'll solve it. So
yeah, I'll give that a try.
Okay. And like I say, if you have a trouble, you're welcome to message me, and I'll talk you through it again.
Okay. And also, I've had a problem. I tried running something earlier today. When I hit print, it would just sit there. It wouldn't move or wouldn't print anything. But it says on the screen that it's printing.
Huh. I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Is this a model that you sliced or one that was on the card already?
It was on the card already.
Okay, a lot of the files on the card, you can't see them when you load them in the printer. You can't see them on the screen. They're in a subdirectory. Now, when you put the SD card in, you're looking at the screen. Are you seeing the G-code file listed that you want to print?
Yep.
And then you highlight it, you hit print. There's a nozzle in the bed or heating up.
Yep.
And then it says printing, but nothing's moving.
Correct.
That's odd.
Yeah.
I'm not sure unless you have something unplugged. One of your cables on your machine might be unplugged. I'm not sure. Anybody in chat, do you have any ideas? What's going on with Ender 3 V2? He loads a file on SD. He sees it on the screen. He hits print. It says it's printing, but it's doing nothing. Maybe somebody in chat can chime in on that. I think I read that problem before you messaged him. I didn't know what to say, so I don't think I answered it. I didn't have an idea.
Yeah. Then when I shut it off and leave it for a while, shut the whole machine off, and then bring it back up and hit print, it'll print. But I'm not sure what's going on with it.
I don't know. It's something simple. Once you get it figured out, you'll be fine. I mean,
yeah.
I've got a lot of printers. I bought one, and then a month or two later, then it's like, wow, this is taking too long. I need another printer. So I went and bought another one, and on and so forth and so forth.
Yeah. But we'll figure it out. I'm learning as we go here.
Okay. Tim had that happen to him up in Canada right here. Let's see. Keep SD card and printer. Turns printer on and off. Should print then.
Yep, I do that.
Yeah, he said leave it in the printer, turn on, turn it back off, and then it should run fine. So he's had that error. I don't know what's causing it. It could be the SD card or the file out of China. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I'll give it another try when I get home and see what happens with it.
Yeah, Tim thinks it's a bug in the firmware.
Yeah.
So, but once you slice your own model, go on Thingiverse, Cults 3D, you can go to Yegi.com, and Yegi.com pretty much lists anybody and everybody in the world, and just type in what you're looking for, and then you can slice it, print it out. Cure is a free slicer you can use. There's a lot of different ones, and it's fairly simple once you know how to do it.
Uh-huh. I'll give that a try and see what I come up with.
Okay.
But yeah, I want to make some metal detecting designs and stuff. I haven't seen hardly anything on 3D stuff, so I want to start doing that kind of stuff.
You ever watch A Curse of Oak Island, Kenny?
Once in a while. It got to be old.
Yeah, I watched it for a long time, and then I figured, you know what? If they ever really find anything, it's going to be on NBC Nightly News 6 months before it airs, and we're going to know all about it.
Yep, I know.
How often do you think they throw stuff on the ground to make the show interesting and then they dig it up? You
Every
think that
time.
happens?
Every time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, reality TV, it's all about ratings. So if they don't have ratings, they're not getting paid. So I think they might have to make it interesting.
Yeah, just at the end of the show or the series, then they happen to find something, so it continues on to the next year.
Yeah.
And it's a joke.
Yeah.
I go find my own stuff out in the dirt. I play in the dirt a lot. I do my own videos. I hit a lot of road tear outs and stuff and find a lot of stuff. So now
Hey, Robbie Mack, how you doing?
now I'm making that diorama for metal detecting, so that's going to take me some time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, where can people find you on the internet? Do you have a YouTube channel or a link to your book or anything? If anybody are interested in contacting you?
Yeah, my book is let's see if I can get it up real quick. The book is on Amazon also, or they can get me at www.groundviewmetaldetectors.biz, and I can send one out from the shop. I've got a bunch of them here.
If you'd like to hold it up again, we can get a good picture of it. Treasure hunting, okay. Street and sidewalk tearouts by Kenny Briggs. Awesome.
Those items that are showing on the front cover are items that I found, and that's me. The picture at road tear out.
Okay.
So it's
very nice, very nice.
There's a couple of rings my wife's got, but it shows the history, my family. Different things all the way through. State
Excellent.
laws, diggers hotline information.
You're unmuted, Trevor. You were busy, so I had you muted. Wow. Excellent.
So, yeah, it's been a hobby and passion of mine since I was 12 years old. I bought my first detector when I was 12 years old and been doing it ever since.
Mm-hmm.
So, then I became a dealer. So I sell, I'm a Garrett's, White's, Fisher, Technetics, and Bounty Hunter dealer.
Oh, cool.
So I also put on a training class for people how to learn metal detecting every year.
All right.
So I'm in a lot of stuff.
Excellent.
So
I got a question here for you.
Yep, all the time. Matt, you're not coming through.
Yeah, Matt, I don't hear you talking. Did you make a sale, Trevor?
No. He came in to pick some stuff up. I didn't have ready yet. That's been a long-term customer.
Okay.
He wants me to reprint him a ring that we designed for him. His jeweler was going to cast it for his dojo, martial arts dojo. They wanted a ring made, so they're going to cast it, and I guess he burned it up accidentally or something. So I got to make him a new one. But
Okay.
I was going to print it with my 2K resin printer, not my 1K. Get a little bit better. See if I get a little bit better detail where the lettering is.
Mm-hmm.
So I just got to get around and empty everything out and clean that machine up. I was doing a different job on it, so yeah. I got a whole list here of stuff I got to finish up today when the wife finally gets back.
Okay. So if you didn't take a lunch and you're hungry, do you call the food court and they deliver?
Oh, I got a kitchen in the back.
Okay.
Back of the store, yeah.
I don't know if I would live near, if I worked near pizza or gyros, I'd be ordering pizza and gyros all the time.
We have a Euro place in the food court.
Yeah, I love gyros.
Years.
Our lock shop is attached to a Brazina's restaurant right next door.
Oh, cool.
I can walk around the corner from our door into theirs and get something.
They give me a discount, I hope.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, I'm retired here in Vegas. I worked construction for like 35 years. Hey, Matt, I can hear you. Or I can't hear you. I can see you waving. Say something, Matt. No, not working.
No.
Yeah, I work construction for like 35 years. I'm 56. I've been retired for like 7 years now.
Yeah.
And I just 3D print stuff and watch Netflix and, do whatever. Had a lot of health problems. Things go wrong for the last few years, so I'm getting over that. But
Yeah.
it is what it is. Try to stay active.
Yeah, I've been retired now from the sheriff's office for 10 and a half years. I got out at 52 with my full pension. And now I'm fighting leukemia.
Oh, wow. Well, I hope you get better.
Yeah, there's no cure for it, they said. So it is what it is.
Well, I hope you make it to at least 95.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it kind of sucks being in our 50s. I can see the end of the tunnel. It's like, wow, the days are flying by. Where'd it go? It's like, wow, I want to live to be like 95 at least.
Yeah, tell me about it.
So,
see you later, Matt.
okay, I see your comment, Matt. Thank you very much. I appreciate you stopping by. Amazon.com, you can buy a new one of those. You get a new mic. I don't know. But thank you very much, Matt. Take care. Alrighty. And then there were 3. Anybody else out there? I've been streaming for an hour and 55 minutes. I will go 3 or 4 hours, all depending on if people drop in, hang out, ask questions, and keep it interesting. I PM'd like 15 different people before I went live, just in case they wanted to pop in. And then other people I knew would see it. And I'm only streaming today on YouTube. I'm not on Twitter or Facebook. Okay. And he muted himself. I didn't do it, so. Okay. Yeah, you can join in on your phone even. Yeah, people on tablets or phones, if you click on that link for StreamYard, you can join in on a cell phone if you wanted to, or a tablet or whatever. And I can't hear you, Trevor. If you're talking to me, you're muted. Oh, he's talking to a customer. Never mind. So, yeah, Trevor wasn't sure if he'd be able to come on because he would be working. I said, sure, it's fine. Let it run in the background and do what you got to do, and you can still stream while you're dealing with customers.
Yeah.
So, are you pretty slow there, Kenny? You don't have many people coming in and out?
We have quite a few coming in and out. We're one of the essential businesses that aren't shut down. So, because they need locksmiths, whether it's government or hospitals or whatever. So, we're up and running.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. But when I go out from my office, I always wear a mask.
Mm-hmm.
But I just posted my 2 links, the ground view metal detectors and my YouTube link.
I don't see them. You put them in YouTube? Or
Yeah.
They didn't pop up.
Okay.
You can leave them here in private chat and I'll post them and I can throw them on the screen. If you want, click private chat.
Okay.
And you can post them in StreamYard and I can throw them up on the screen.
Okay.
Anybody has any questions out there in YouTube land or you want to join in and hang out, you're welcome to. I'm not sure who else is streaming today. I know Astro Printer is streaming later and I figured I would go early so I can watch him. I believe he's going to have 1 or 2 giveaways. He's having I forget who it is, a COO from a certain company. I forget which one it was. He'll be on later. Yeah, Betty Boop 45 is my wife, and she's saying thank you for all that you do.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
She watches from her cell phone, even though she's got a 46-inch TV she could watch YouTube from. Yeah, a lot of times I watch people stream. I sit in the living room and I watch them on my big TV while I'm eating breakfast or something, and just watch them. I watch people online, and then when I go to comment, I grab my cell phone to type back. You know how cell phones are typing.
Yeah. There, I put my ground view metal detectors one on chat.
All right.
Oh, can't hear anybody.
I can hear you, Tim.
Oh, wow. The audio is really broken up.
Okay, here's the link. Here's his link right here for ground view metal detecting.
Wow.
Tim, turn your screen sideways and you'll be full screen. There you go.
Oh, there I go. But the audio is terrible.
I can hear you fine.
I'm on my phone. I thought I'd try my phone because I'm building a Ender 3v2 here. But
Okay.
the audio is terrible.
Well, I can hear you fine. We hear you fine.
Well, if you can hear me fine, that's fine. I just can't hear you at all.
You can't hear me talking?
You sound like a robot from a science fiction movie.
Wow. Oh, how many doesn't talk like this?
Weird. Maybe if I turn you up on my other speaker, but I don't want it to. Hang on a sec.
Astro Printer, ASTRO, Astro Printer is streaming later. He's a small channel. He's into stars and having all kinds of people on different companies. He's been streaming weekly. His name is Liam, and he has a great little channel he's trying to grow. If I find a link, I'll put it in, but it's Astro Printer is the channel name. And his channel needs love to help him grow.
Now I can hear you.
All right. Let me find Astro Printer real quick, and I'll throw it up on the screen. It's right here. Let's see.
There.
Let's see. Where am I at? Okay, I don't see his video that he's going live with later, but here's his channel for Astro Printer. If you guys want to go over and subscribe and ring that bell, and you'll be notified when he goes live later. There's a link there for Astro Printer. Yeah, wife says she can hear you good. So Tim,
Yes.
or Kenny, Tim above you is the one that has V2. He had the same problem where it was just he hit print, it did nothing.
Yeah. I'm building another one right now, too. Even with the problem, I love this printer.
I love mine. I'm learning a lot. I'll tell you, the therm resistor or whatever they call them went out on me, so I rewired a brand new one and got it up and running. Everything's working on it, and now I got a problem that's not printing.
Yeah, a couple of people suggested it could be the SD card, which very well could be. I haven't tried
take the
different
SD card out and put it back in once and see if that helps.
Yeah, I haven't tried switching to a better brand SD card yet. So.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like the Chinese SD cards. Typically, they work fine. I usually don't have an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, someday China's going to hit a button and everybody in America, their house is going to blow up because we have all these Chinese products. You know, it has a secret chip in everything that we own, and they're going to push a button, and there goes America. So,
yeah.
Watch Doctor Who much, Jerry?
Even if it says made in America, it's going to blow up because it's got Chinese parts in it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I got to run. I got to help close up the shop here. It's 5 o'clock.
Well, thank you very much for dropping in, saying hi. I hope you get your printer problems worked out. If not, message me or somebody else. And nice meeting you, and thank you for your service to law enforcement.
Well, thanks. I enjoyed doing it. I wish I was 30 years younger. I'd do it all over again.
Yeah.
Take care.
I had a good time. All right, guys. Take care.
Take care. Thank you.
All right.
All righty then. That was nice. Yeah, I didn't know he was in law enforcement and in a metal detecting. That's really cool.
That's very cool.
It's nice. You know, you hang out on social media, you meet so many different kinds of people from different walks of life that if you ever have a problem or you want to do something, you probably already know somebody that knows all about that, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Oh, can you carry the stream for a minute? I'm gonna go check my mail real quick.
For sure.
All righty.
I'll keep people riveted by building this printer.
All right, guys. I'm gonna go check the mail real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay, Jerry. I can't read the comments, but I can keep talking on the stream as I build this printer, but I can't see the comments on my phone. What's going on here?
All righty, I'm back. They left it inside the gate. Oh, where'd he go? There he is.
I try. My phone fell, and my phone fell. I went to pick it up, and something hit. I hit a button.
Okay.
Anyways, it was only dead air for like 30 seconds.
Okay, and there went Tim. Yeah, people are looking at a blank chair. Where'd Jerry go? Oh, he'll be back. I'm always back.
I can't read the chat at all from here. So.
Okay. Yeah, I got my goodies.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's probably my wife, so I won't open that one. Yeah, like I was saying, my laser printer's in another room, and I don't have a laptop that's fast enough to push light burn. So ordered a mini 4-port hub. Had my son help me pick these out. I can plug my C270 and then the board into it. And I bought it's called the Blue Rigger cord, USB cord. I think it's like 15 foot long, maybe 20. Let's see.
Can I make this screen bigger somehow? Let's see.
No, you're full screen.
Oh no, I mean on my phone.
Oh.
I got this.
Yeah, if you turn it sideways, it should have full screen on your phone.
Yeah, no, I'm afraid to touch anything here. I'll hang up again.
Is it a cell phone?
Not bad. Yeah, it's a cell phone.
Okay, if it's sideways, it should have went full screen. If it didn't, then flip it over the other way.
Yeah, I can still see. It's kind of full screen, but I can still see on the right-hand side. You're in the show. Everyone can hear and see you.
Huh.
Yeah. That's okay.
3D Print Newbie, how's it going?
Hey, 3D Print Newbie. Okay, we'll back that up again here. There we go. Just build away. Got to leave for home in about 45 minutes.
How far away is home from where you work?
About a half hour. I'm downtown Calgary, and it's about a half-hour drive. Not bad.
Calgary, as far as for in the United States, straight up, you're above what state?
Montana.
Montana, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm down in Nevada, so you're not too far away straight above me, okay.
Oh, no, we're about a 12-hour drive from you.
Well, I'm saying, but if I was to, draw a line on the map straight up. You're right above
Yep.
me. You're not way back by New York or something.
Oh no, we're pretty much
Canada.
straight. Yeah, we're pretty much straight above you.
Okay, cool. I had no idea. Here's a link in chat. Anybody wants to pop in and hang out and chat with us? Anyway, yeah, maybe I'll get you fire the laser later. Get some water going, this and that, and try this new cable and see if it works.
Oh, those laser goggles you said you bought, are they green?
No, they're clear.
Clear.
They're like
Okay.
$35. The laser's in an enclosure which has that colored plastic on it, and of course that's supposed to be safe. But you never know; you might have the lid open. You're doing this or that. At any given time, you could get a reflection and not know it. You're not going to know it, and then all of a sudden, wow, I can't see. So let's wear glasses to be sure. Things happen.
Okay. Yeah.
Something you might forget. People might say, "Well, I'm never going to open it." Well, you never know. Something could happen. So it's just best to be safe. It's like you go to work in construction. You got to wear safety glasses. You never know when something might hit you in the eye. So let's just be safe. Here comes my director saying, "Give me my package." So you can open this one. Or producer. Okay. Yeah. The peanut gallery. How's that one? They put it by the front door. They came inside the gate. Both these were right inside the door. I don't know. It was Amazon delivery driver, so that's cool. At least they didn't throw them like a frisbee.
That never happens. Come on.
Oh, 3D Print Newbie says he's on auction right now or join in. Okay. All right. Yeah, 3D Print Newbie, I got your email. I'm not sure which first and the last time my stream was talking about sending you filament. The only thing I could say would be to go watch that stream again, see his name in chat. And everybody has a YouTube name when they post a comment and they have a group. If you have a YouTube name, you have a group, you can email them that way and you can find out who they were. I don't know. So, or when you see them on, write their name down or something. I'm not sure who it was. But I was saying earlier, I finally got an Etsy store going yesterday. I've only got 6 items posted. Most of them are real expensive other than my stickers that I'm selling. And I've got like 20 or 30 more things, a few every day I want to keep putting on it and build up the store at various prices for different things, painted or not painted. I have quite a few things that aren't painted that I want to list just to move them because obviously I'm not painting them. So I'll try to list them reasonably, and the price will include free shipping anywhere in the U.S. I'm not going to ship anything worldwide other than my stickers right now. I got to figure out Etsy what's going, and then maybe at some point down the road, I might list things that could be shipped worldwide. But for now, it's just going to be U.S. based, other than my stickers that I'm listing. So, you say you're building that one for a customer?
No, this is just for me.
Okay.
It's the third one. It's going to help me keep up on printing these keys I'm printing.
And then as soon as I learn how to use my K40 and start making things on coasters, on woods, on acrylic, on mirrors, tile or pictures, whatever, that in the near future, I'll be able to make things and I'll put up on my Etsy store also. And I should have learned this a long time ago since we're in a Christmas season, but at least I finally started it. I've gabbed about it for 4 years. I should have an Etsy store. And then I print more. I should have an Etsy store. And then I keep printing. Well, I finally got one. So it'll take time. It'll grow.
Space, your lack of space there probably forced you to get an Etsy store.
Yeah. I don't want to throw everything away. I've got too much money tied up in everything. So, and if some things have support damage or layer line issues, I'll just have to drop the price down. And because everything's going to be fixed with a little bit of sanding and putty. So based on the quality of the print, I'll just, charge accordingly, or I'll try to charge accordingly. So. Ew. Thank you for the 22 thumbs ups. I appreciate it. Thank you for the thumbs down. That happens. Somebody likes being funny. I appreciate the 1 thumbs down. I appreciate the 22 up. I see we got 17 people currently watching. And if anybody would like to join and hang out and talk about what you're doing, what you're printing, what your company's doing, you're welcome to do so. Anything to do with hobby related type stuff. And hobby is pretty broad subject.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah, it is nice when you're hobby. I see a comment coming in. BCK 000. It's nice when your hobby can make money to pay for itself. Yeah, up until now it hasn't. And recently I took out a new credit card and I'm like, well, I want to get a bigger resin printer. But then I'm like, well, has your resin printer made you any money? No, it hasn't made me a penny. So let's get a CO2 laser. I know that can make me money. I can print all kinds of cool goodies and sell them. So we got a CO2 laser. So, or I got a CO2 laser. If I want to, my wife don't have anything to do. She's not involved in my hobby other than she listens to me talk about it every day, 24/7. So she knows a lot about 3D printing. She just doesn't know it yet. Because I'm sure a lot of that absorbs if you hear it all the time.
He probably dreams about it.
Yeah. Cool. Hot air balloon. I've been up in a hot air balloon one time. It was really awesome. I was in my mid-20s. They had I forget where it was, community college here in town had balloons going up one day. And I knew somebody that knew somebody, and they took me up in a balloon. I went halfway across the city. It was me, the operator, 2 little kids. And yeah, the burners were hotter than hell. I had 4 big propane tanks around my body. I'm thinking, wow, if that ever, anyway, we're not going to talk about that. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. And of course, yeah, I know you have to go up and down to catch air elevation, air blowing different directions, different elevations to go this way or that way. It was a lot of fun. And after the first time I went up, I'm like, wow, I want to buy a hot air balloon. And I went skydiving twice, and I'm afraid of heights. And then I broke my foot the second jump. And after I went the first, I'm like, wow, I want to do this for a hobby until the second time I broke my foot and I changed my mind. But yeah. Hey, TK hasn't went to bed yet. Oh, no, wait a minute. He's going to bed now. All right, TK. Well, thank you for watching. And maybe next time you can drop in and hang out and show us your goodies. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. All right. Wow. Got 2 balloons. Amazing. Yeah, I guess they're pretty safe as long as you stay away from power lines. I see some crazy videos occasionally. And then, of course, you got to have your ground team chase team, I guess it's called, follow you wherever you go so that when it comes down, somebody's got to grab the cords and stop it from dragging across the ground and keep moving. So, oh, 3D Print Newbie, thank you very much for the $5. I really appreciate that. You're awesome. Thank you very much, my friend. Yeah, I've got a few donations today. Tyler West sent me money on PayPal. It was very nice of him, and thank you, everybody. So I've got 3 or 4 donations today. Really appreciate it. It's awesome. And my phone's dinging. Let's see what's happening here. I'm not sure. Yeah, I've got a pinned post now. I put like you did, I put the PayPal donation thing at the top of the page.
Oh, that's good.
So, yeah, I learn something new every day, We always learn something from each other all the time. I haven't seen Loyal Moses pop in. He must be busy on the ranch today.
Yeah, I imagine that keeps him busy some days.
Oh, did you see his picture on Twitter with the Santa costume? So now I know the truth. He's really Santa.
That is great. Yes.
Yeah, he's a secret Santa. So, yeah, and then the new Facebook, I just upgraded a couple days ago. Other people had months ago. I clicked on it. I got the black theme. It's like, what happened? Everything's all moved around, and I'm still trying to figure out how to see everything. It's like, okay, where's all this that I normally look at every day? And on my group, I go into my announcements where I list all my links, and I click it. I can't edit it. How do I edit my own page? I want to put my link into Etsy, and I asked my son. He's busy playing the World of Warcraft or something online. But Dad, I'm busy. I can't talk right now. I'll help you figure it out tomorrow. I don't know how to edit that. I'm not happy with the new thing. It kind of looks cool, but it's like
just as you get used to something, they change it.
Yeah, I mean, I like the look, but it's all mixed up and jumbled, and I got to figure it out again. So, Yeah, I talked to my brother. He's retired from construction. He's never been in a plane, a helicopter, hot air balloon, skydiving, anything. It's like, John, you need to go up in a balloon. It's, you can be way up there and you can calmly talk to the people on the ground. There's no noise. It's dead quiet. It's fun. So, but yeah, I don't know. I can't imagine going well, I don't know. If you're up that high in a balloon or you're above the clouds, it doesn't matter. If something happens, it's going to hurt. But
Yeah, I think so.
it ain't like an airplane. I mean, when I went skydiving, I came in, the ground's coming at me doing 35 miles an hour. I didn't realize it. My radio around my neck wasn't working, so I couldn't communicate with the kid on the ground that was guiding me down.
Oh, wow.
I put up my right foot thinking I'm going to walk away from this like a professional instead of dropping and rolling. Well, guess what happens when your foot hits the ground doing 35 miles an hour? Snap.
There goes the ankle. Yeah.
Yeah, there went the ankle. Then I dropped and rolled and started cussing. Well, there goes my job. There goes this. There goes that. Kid runs over. You okay? No, I'm not effing okay. And I started yelling. And my ankle didn't hurt until I moved it. But yeah, I went in the wrong direction. So, and then I realized I'm not afraid of heights. It's a sudden stop thing. Because in a lot of these skyscrapers in Vegas I worked in, I'm out near the edge of a building. And if I can hang on to something and feel safe, it doesn't bother me. But if I'm not hanging on to nothing, as far as I'm concerned, the invisible man's going to push me off the edge or something. So I don't like being near the edge of anything that, it's too high.
And like anything, it's not the fall that hurts you. It's the hitting. It's the stopping.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it was quite an experience. I'm in a little tiny Cessna, and as it's trying to climb, it's like, levels off. It's like, man, is that thing going to get up there or not? But I was on a static line. The guy's yelling at you. I'm hooked up to a cord in a plane. I hang on to the strut. You look over at him, and he says, let go. You let go. Spread eagle. It rips your cord. And then they told you what to do as you see the marker on the ground, big giant arrow. So it's a lot of fun. And if you don't know what you're doing, you always drop and roll. But I didn't, and I flared my chute too high in the air. I didn't want to listen to the 16-year-old kid that was guiding me down. I figured I got this. No, I should have yelled to him, told him what was going on. Well, actually, when it's dead quiet and you're up in there, you don't need to yell. It's like a hot air balloon. You can talk and they can hear you. And I didn't, so. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Like I say, hot air balloons, it can be a calm day and you're wondering why they're going up and down. They're trying to catch air. I forget if there's a proper term for it, going this way or that way so they can go that direction. Because at different elevations, the air is blowing different directions. Even though it's dead calm on the ground, up however many feet, it may be blowing this way, and down here it's calm. So. Current, yeah, air current.
Air currents, yeah.
Any guys want to drop in and hang out and talk about whatever you want to talk about? Hot air balloons, drones, lasers, 3D printing, anything. You're welcome to hop in and talk to everybody about it. And everybody that donated to me through PayPal or on the channel, I really appreciate it. That's awesome. When you donate through YouTube, they keep 30%. And if I don't make over 100 a month, then I have to wait up to 90 days to get it. So eventually I'll see the money through PayPal, or I'll see the money through YouTube, and through PayPal, it's instantaneous. So, but I appreciate everything I get from everybody. It helps me, pay the bills, keep the channel going, buy things, whatever it may be, it helps. Appreciate it. Anybody have any questions? Feel free to ask.
It's scary when I don't have to refer to the instructions so much anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, not everybody makes Joel level money on the streams. Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
Oh, wouldn't that be something?
Yeah. Even with YouTube keeping 30%, that's still a huge amount of money. It's awesome. But he earned it. He got big enough and has put out enough content to get there. So
He
all the
worked
power
his,
to him. That's
yeah, he
great.
worked his way up the ladder.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can prop this up somewhere here. There we go.
You know, your second camera that you did last week, you were talking about, and I said just log into the second StreamYard. I told you to do that, but I had never tried it myself. But I guess it works. So at some point, I guess I could do that. I can just drop into my own link and just have another camera. Pick my second camera. Sometime when I have something going with the laser, I can monitor it. I can be live streaming and I can monitor it instead of being in the room right there next to it, making sure everything goes good. If anything goes wrong, I'll, smell it or I'll see it on camera if I'm right next to it. And obviously I would never, try to laser cut a project or CNC a project if I'm not around. I would never go to bed, obviously, and burn the house down. So you got to be right there with it until it finishes the job. Oh, you met Joel at Murph. Okay. BCK000. What's your name? And watch him type BCK000 in chat. Brian. Okay, Brian. Yeah, a lot of times I recognize Facebook names over on YouTube or vice versa, but I don't recognize your name on YouTube. I don't recognize the handle. Seeing it before. Okay, no problem. Yeah, I usually stream a couple times a week. And like I said at the beginning of the stream, I didn't have a special guest on this week. I had messaged 6 people about being on my live stream and sometime between Tuesday through Friday. One of them got back with me. The other 5 ignored or didn't see my message to them on I either emailed them or I hit them up on Twitter. They didn't see it. So 3D Print Newbie. Hey, 3D Print Newbie, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Pretty good. Good to see you.
Hey.
Thank you very much for the $5. I appreciate it.
Oh, anytime I can do it. I mean, I learn a lot from you, so, and the other guys on the channel. So, anytime I have it, I'll do it. So, but yeah, sorry, I was on oxygen treatment earlier. So, but I would have jumped on sooner. But yeah, I heard you say you've been parachuting.
Yeah, back in '93, I was working construction, and I'm afraid of heights. And I figured, well, hey, let's go skydiving. So I was on a static line. I jumped twice. The first time went great, dropped and rolled. And I took my brother's big old giant camcorder back then that took a full-size VHS tape, and I had random person film me coming down. Well, the next week I was going to have 2 jumps. So I did the same thing, took the camera. There was nobody around to film it, and I didn't know anybody to go with me. And when I got out of the plane, the radio around my neck where they're going to guide me, turn left, turn right, all my maneuvers, the radio didn't work. And that kind of scared me. But since I had already jumped once a week prior, and I knew where the arrow was, I knew how to be flying into the wind, when to do this, when to do that. I was about 35 feet in the air as, the ground's coming at you really fast. I didn't yell to the kid on the ground, say, my radio's not working, tell me when to flare. I just ignored him. I figured I'll figure it out. I flared too high, moving too fast, put out my foot, didn't drop and roll, snapped my foot. So, but it was fun.
I've seen it happen. I did jump school at Fort Bragg, and then I did my Halo and Halo school out at Yuma, Arizona, at the proving grounds out there. So, but I mean, I love doing it. I miss doing it. I mean, any one of my team brothers would tell you that we like being in the water and in the air better than we like being on the ground. But yeah, it's quite the exhilarating rush. So
I got a steel plate.
I have a friend now that he's a former Ranger, and he wants to take me, but he's certified to jump with somebody. He can have me in front of him. He can do a tandem.
Mhm.
So, but the only problem is he's going to have to use his legs to carry both of us once we hit the ground. So my legs don't work. So due to the ALS.
Yeah, a lot of people said, why don't I jump tandem and go a lot higher? No, because if it's time to go, I don't want to be strapped to his chest. If I'm going to jump out of a plane, I want to be in control of my own fate. No matter what happens, it's my fault. So that's why I went solo.
Yeah, and that's the whole entire thing. I've jumped from altitudes that I can't say, and being strapped to somebody else's chest, yeah, it's one of the former brothers and stuff like that. It's just not the same. You know, I told him I can come in and land on my butt, you know, but we go down to down here in Indiana, we go down to Greensburg, Indiana. We used to go down there all the time. So, but they're closed down right now. Of course, a lot of people are due to COVID. So, but yeah, we used to go down there. But yeah, it's quite exhilarating. So I've never been up in an air balloon before, but I know when I was younger, when I was a child, and when I lived in Colorado Springs with my parents, they used to always have the balloon races and stuff like that. And we go out to Garden of Gods and stuff like that, and we watch all the balloons go up, you know, and see all those stuff like that. But I've never been up in a balloon. I always wanted to do it, just never had the chance.
Yeah, you go up in a balloon, you know, you're not high enough to use a parachute. There is no backup, but they very rarely ever fall out of the sky. It's very rare that would happen. The most danger, I think, with a hot air balloon is when they come down, if they were to hit power lines or a tree or something like that. But I think they're fairly safe, as long, you know. And I don't think
you don't hear too much about people having accidents in the hot air balloons. I mean, there might be an accident that's caused by a burner that's not working right, or they get caught up in the wind. It's not the pilot's fault. You know, there might be a large gust of wind that carries them into like the power lines, like you said.
If you got a regulator problem, I'd have to ask the man in chat, BCK. If you got a regulator problem, it's very rare that plane backs up and the whole balloon goes boom. It's happened, but it's really rare. You know, you got 2 to 4 propane tanks around your body, and then they run up to the burner, which is hotter than hell right above your head, and you're always thinking while you're in there, well, if something happened. So
yes, BCK000. I live in Indiana. I'm down in Indianapolis, Indiana. It was a BCK 000 was asking me if I was from Indiana, but yes, I live down here in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Yeah. And you're retired vet that was in what branch of the service?
I was in the Navy. I spent 9.5 years with the team.
Okay. And you're injured by an IED, I believe, right?
One of the times, yes. I was wounded 6 times in combat, shot. The worst time, the other ones were bad, but the worst time for me, I took 1 round to the lower right-hand side of my back, 1 round to the back of my right thigh, 2 rounds to the right knee, and it blew out my knee. And I could stay in, but I had to be an assistant instructor. So, because my knee was blown and my leg was a liability. And basically it's kind of like this. You have to look at it where if the 3 of us on screen right now go on an op and God forbid both of you get taken down, then it's up to me to get the package out or to complete the mission. And I step in a hole or something and my knee goes out because I've had those injuries, then the mission fails. So I had to step back and just be an assistant instructor for 6 months. And then they always say those who can't do teach, but I got tired of seeing my team and my family leave without me. So I went ahead and took my commission and got out.
Yeah, BCK says go see Midwest Balloon Rides, newbie, and he can take you up.
Midwest Balloon Rides?
Yeah.
Where's that at? Where's that at, BCK? It's an Indy in Fishers. Okay, what time of the year do they do that?
Probably year round, depending on based on the weather.
Okay.
Because most businesses are open 24, 365 depending on the weather.
Yeah, I know we're coming up on winter. It says May through October. Okay. Well, BCK, if you send me a message, then we can go ahead and get together, and I can be transferred out of my wheelchair. I have 2 wheelchairs, so I can be transferred out of this one. And you don't want this one because it weighs 450 pounds. Plus me, I've dropped down to 160 now. So me and this wheelchair weigh too much. We're like 3 people.
Are you able to stand on your legs at all if you would use your arms, or no? You can't. You can't.
On my right leg, I can stand on my right leg for probably about 20 seconds, then it gives out. My left leg, that one's paralyzed. Bottom of the left arm is paralyzed, and a portion of my left back is paralyzed.
So you don't have feeling in your legs at all, or just one leg?
No. With ALS, we can feel everything. We just can't move it.
Okay.
See, normally it's not a good thing, but in some ways it is. Brody, stop. Sorry, I was filming the dog. When people get paralyzed, it's never a good thing. But when they do get paralyzed, they can't. Not only can they not move, but they cannot feel. With us, with ALS, we can still feel everything. Hot, cold, pricks. We can feel everything. We just can't move it. And it's harder of a mental thing when you can feel everything, but you can't respond to it.
Let me interrupt you for a minute. I want to go back to Dominic's question he asked earlier about the Easy Board. I bought 2 Easy Board lights from TH3D Studios. One of them I put in the 1CR10, worked perfectly fine. The other one I put in, evidently I had a thermistor shorting out. I didn't know it. I burned a hole in the chip on the board. I instantly killed my $120 board that I had bought with affiliate money from being an affiliate for TH3D. Eventually, Tim wound up replacing the chip for me. I got it back. I replaced my thermistor and heater on that CR10, and it should have been fine. But I hooked it up again. I had the same type of error. I didn't see a burn in the chip or anything wrong with it on the board. I see nothing wrong with the board, but I keep getting an E1 temp error. So I wound up putting a big TreeTech board in the 1CR10. As far as for an easy ABL, if you follow their directions on their site, it's very simple to hook that up. And the 1CR10 works fine. I've got filament runout sensors and easy ABLs on most of my printers from TH3D. I probably got 5 or 6 of each total with no issues. So in the one printer, the easy board worked fine. The other printer, I had a problem, replaced it, had the same problem. So I went all the way down to the aircraft connector that plugs in the back of the CR10, desoldered it, hooked up the new heater and thermistor all the way in the line, rather than randomly cutting it and splicing it using heat shrink tape. So I got new firmware put on the board, Big Tree Tech V2. I forget the board, which board it is, a mini something, the mini V2 or whatever they call it. I got to put the hot end back together right behind me in the corner and fire that up in the next couple of days. But yeah, if you follow their software on their site, look around, you find the right software. It should be no big deal. I done a video on installing the easy boards in both my printers. Even though I had a problem with one printer, I also did a video on that also. So, all right, we got it all sorted out. Okay. All right, I just didn't want to skip.
BCK, you said talk to Tony about a Midwest balloon rise. Can I have your name, or do you not want to put it up in chat so I can tell him who I talked to?
Yeah, getting older, Dominic. I have trouble seeing. It seems like when you get older, you got to wear reading glasses, need a lot more light, but I don't have a problem with my hands shaking yet or anything like that. But yeah, I got to have plenty of light and I got to use reading glasses.
Always forget that stuff.
Yeah, Jerry, I know we were talking about the painting stuff before, but have you gotten yourself an airbrush set?
Yeah, I've been airbrushing for a couple of years on and off. I don't paint that much, but I went on Amazon, spent like $75, got a nice little setup, and I didn't really care for the gun that it came with, so I bought a, oh boy, what's the name of the gun? It's like $135 for the gun made by...
Did you buy an Iwata?
Iwata, yeah, Iwata Eclipse S2 or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
And
no, I was just saying the package that I got, it comes with the cool. I saw a video and it was the top 5 packages you could buy for airbrush for beginners, and the compressor itself is the Cool Runner 2. But I got it, and it comes with the 3-liter tank. It comes with the airbrush cleaner, the tub. It comes with the holder for 2 airbrushes. Comes with the hose. It comes with like 24, 26 paints, and a bunch of other stuff. And I got it for $200.
that's a lot of money. You should have got a pretty good deal there. Seems like a lot of money though.
I mean, well, I don't know much about airbrushes. I'm just learning myself. So,
one thing,
listen, that is one of the best deals.
One thing a lot of people don't know about airbrushing, if you're going to do it in the house, you need a small compressor. If you're in your garage or outside, any compressor on the entire planet will work as long as you have a regulator so you can crank the pressure way down. It has a water trap you put in it to catch moisture, and you got to crank the pressure way down to 3 or 4 pounds, depending on what you're painting. But any compressor will work. So if you got a giant shop compressor and just put another valve on it and crank the pressure way down with a water trap, anything will work for airbrushing. But in your house, noise-wise, you want a small little portable setup. Mine doesn't have an air tank, and whenever I paint, the compressor is running. It hasn't really bothered me. I haven't seen any surging issues that people talk about. But if it has a tank, then it can build up pressure, and the compressor is not running all the time. That would be good.
Yeah, it works pretty good. It only cuts on every once in a while. I don't do a lot of painting. I'm just learning, so a lot of my stuff is practicing right now. But I mean, it's working out pretty well. I mean, it came with it's put out by Master Air, and I know they don't make the best airbrushes and stuff like that. But I figure, you know what? Let me work with a mid-level brush, and work from there. And if I can get to where I think I'm good with that brush, then I'll go ahead and spend the money and get the Iwata. Go from there. So, and do it like that. So, I mean, I've had bigger air compressors when I ran my aquarium business. Yeah. We had to spray all of our aquarium stands and stuff like that. So, but even this one here comes with the regulator, comes with the moisture trap, and stuff like that. So, but it was listed in the top 5. So I went ahead and got it. It's on Amazon.
Yeah. So the biggest problem I've had with airbrushing is the clogging needle, clogging paint. But I'll just watch random YouTube videos, and you pick up little things here and there, and then you kind of figure out what works for you. And people have said, "Hey, Jerry, why don't you do a video on painting?" I can't do a video on painting because I kind of fly by the seat of my pants. I do this and I do that, or I mix this and mix that. It's no specific way I do it, or no right or wrong way. It's just kind of my way. So, but I'd just suggest watching different videos, how to take it apart, how to clean it. And recently I started using spray gun cleaner, cleaning out my airbrush, because a lot of times inside nooks and crannies you get dried paint, and instead of stripping it and taking it all apart, I'll spray a gun cleaner in there and run that through it, and then clean it out with Windex or airbrush cleaner. I use clear Windex, which is good as a cleaner and as a paint thinner. You can use clear Windex.
Now, I also saw one. I saw a video where the guy was talking about the gun cleaner, but I've seen a couple of videos where they were talking about using the Lysol all surface cleaner. And that cleans it out real well. But I mean, they say you can also clean it out with the Tamiya paint thinner or cleaner. Yeah. And you've got the All Clad. A lot of the paints that I bought so far have been the All Clad, and I bought some of the Tamiya. Now, the Vallejo, I know you have to do a lot of thinning with the Vallejo paints, because they're thicker. So, and it's done like a 1-to-1 on thinning those down with the Vallejo paints. So, but one of the main reasons why I got it is because I saw a print, and I can't bring it up right now, by a gentleman, and it's the xenomorph from the movie Aliens. And I'm in the process of getting ready to start printing it out. I'm waiting on a filament to come from Spider Maker, so I can print it out, and then I want to go from there. But I'll be using base coat will be the All Clad flat black, and then on top of that, to do the chroming, I have to use the All Clad gloss base and filler. And what I'm doing is the main top of the skull on the Alien, I mean, it's going to be sanded probably 5 to 7 times to where it's smooth as glass.
Over on the Facebook groups, Omar Baez does a lot of printing with all-clad. He's lots of all-clad colors. I've never ever bought any. I think they're all oil-based. They're not water-based, right?
No, they're not water-based, no.
Yeah, so they're oil-based. Yeah, but they're beautiful colors. But I've never bought all-clad. But if I ever get my tax return, I'll buy a set. But yeah, they're expensive and they're beautiful colors. But Omar Baez, OMARBAEZ, he posts on my group and a lot of other groups all the time. And on my hangout last week, he said he was going to stop in for the hangout, but he never did. He must have got busy. But he works with a lot of all-clad type paints, and he does a lot of airbrushing. So,
okay.
And if we have anybody watching that does a lot of airbrushing, please drop in and hang out and let's talk.
Yeah, because what I want to do with the main top of the skull for the Alien, I'm going to use the all-clad black chrome. And then what I want to do, because normally when you see them in the movies, they've got that blue type of hue to them, whether it's lighting, whichever else. Then I use the Tamiya, the clear blue, and then spray it on there to where it's dark. But I want the top of that skull to be like glass, you know, and print like that. So once I get it done, I'll show you guys. So,
when I spray chrome, well, obviously I prime my bottle in gray or whatever color I prime it in, and then I use a high gloss black rattle can paint whatever part of the model high gloss black, and then I got airbrush paint that I shake up, put my airbrush gun, and you got to do a paper thin coat of chrome because if you spray it multiple times, it turns silver and you lost it. So you just want to lightly coat that black, and it'll pop and look like a mirror. But if you go over it, you just killed it, and it's gonna look like silver spray.
Yeah, because the black is what brings out the chrome.
Yes.
If you just spray it, then you're just gonna get the silver color.
Yeah.
But I mean, with the all-clad, they have the chrome and they have the black chrome, and that I'm using the black chrome on my Xenomorph is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I mean, the rest of the body will be the standard glossy black from all-clad. But the top of the skull, the claws, and the tip of the tail, they'll all be puttied in, sanded till they're smooth as glass. And those parts will all be done in the black chrome. And then I'll put the blue hue using the Tamiya clear on those. So it's going to be about 3 to 4 feet long. I saw a guy on here on YouTube, and he printed one. He's got his hanging on the wall. Looks like he's climbing up the wall. And I'm going to do pretty much the same thing, but mine's going to be up high towards the ceiling, looking like it's coming down at you.
Hey, Tim, I don't know if are you there?
Yeah.
I don't know if I asked you earlier, but I have a few models that are printed and painted, and they're statues. And I was thinking, I'm not sure if you were on when I asked earlier, if I put that model in a box and I take packing peanuts and pack it in around that model really tight, and the lid is tight, there's no movement, it'll probably ship okay, right? Probably.
It should. And the advantage of the peanuts versus the airbags is you can really compress those peanuts in.
And get them in the nooks and crannies.
And then pack them in so that basically they almost trying to force their way out, and they'll tighten in on the model and keep it like solid. Yeah.
Okay. It's almost like getting a printer that's packed in styrofoam. It's solid and it's form fitting.
Exactly.
Okay, I was hoping that would work because I have a lot of models I'd like to sell that I can't take apart. But I'm, like I said, I finally got an Etsy store started. I got, like I say, months and months of work to do to it, but I've got 6 things up there. So
yeah, that should work fine for you.
All right, thank you.
Now, what did it take to get your Etsy store started, Jerry?
Go to Etsy.com, start an account, and list something. You just got to watch a couple videos on it and then just start doing it. But I talked about it for years and years, wanting to get it going, and I'm just.
Now, how much of the proceeds do they take?
I don't know how much you're going to actually take until I sell something and I see it. I haven't read up on all the percentages. I hear it's fairly expensive, but we'll see. So I'm asking what I want from my model, and then I'm figuring out how much will probably take. And I got free shipping, and I know roughly what it's going to cost to ship anywhere in the U.S. I'm tagging that onto the price, so we'll see how it works out. I'm not an authority on it yet. I can't really talk on the behalf of what it would cost. We'll have to wait and see how it works out.
Yeah, but I think, Jerry, a lot of people that see the models, the 3D printed models that people print and they paint and everything else, they see the price and they say, oh, that's high. But they don't take into account that the time it took to print it, the time it took you to prep it and everything else, even before paint, the time it took you to paint it, okay, and then they don't consider the cost of the filament you had to use, okay, the wear and tear on the machine,
and most
the
of the time
electricity you had to use.
Yeah.
And most of the time you have to buy the files, which varies in price too.
Yeah, I mean, because the alien, the xenomorph that I bought, it just had tipped the guy a couple of dollars, and I paid $50. You know, because I already had 2 people that said they would like one. You know, so I want to recontact him back and be like, okay, if I sell one of these, I mean, how would I set it up to where I can give him, a commission on it as well?
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, that's what I think is right and the right thing to do. Boy, if you don't leave my foot alone, sorry, I was talking to my dog.
Yeah, to list each item is 20 cents, and then once you sell it, they take a percentage of that. If you have free shipping, well, then you have to eat shipping, et cetera, et cetera. So I'll just have to wait and see how it works out.
Mm-hmm.
And I literally have hundreds of models, most of which aren't painted, and there's a lot of stuff I don't want. If it has layer line damage or something wrong with it, and I decide to sell it, that's my cell phone. I'll take pictures of the damaged area and I'll explain it in the write-up, because everybody can putty and sand things. So if somebody doesn't have a 3D printer, but they want to paint that and they're willing to do a little work to the model, if it's not perfect, then I'll show what's wrong with it and adjust the price accordingly. Because a lot of people may not want to buy a 3D printer. They're into painting, but they don't want to get into 3D printing. They want to buy something ready to print or ready to paint or maybe do a little work to. So most of my stuff is sellable. Some of it may not be.
Yeah. I think a lot of people, they see, what happens is they see 3D printers and they see everything that can be done with them, but they don't realize the time and effort and the work you have to put in.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to learn if you're talking about, a Z-stop, if it's leveling the bed, it's every filament is printed with a different temperature. Everything's going to change to whatever climate you're in. And you might be working a full-time job and have 3 kids, and you just don't have the time and effort to put into it. So then you put it back in the box and stick it in the garage, or you sell it to somebody else. So, but they say by 2025, usually 60% of all homes, at least in the U.S. anyway, is going to have a 3D printer.
Yeah, it's going to go the way of the microwaves.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian, I'm pretty sure that if I sell my $400 spawn, that they're going to take a certain percentage the minute I sell that for their commission, other than the 20 cents it costs to list it.
Yeah, Jerry, I find out what the percentage is, and then maybe take the price up a little bit. Because are you talking about the big spawn print that you did?
Yeah, the one I had sitting here on the desk. Yeah.
Oh, Lord have mercy, Jerry. I would put at least $500 on that.
The one I made 250%, not that one. I have the one I made for my son, which is like this tall, and then I got the smaller one that I was showing off for the last couple of weeks in the stream that sits here on my desk. The smaller one. I'm selling
the smaller one,
not the big giant one.
Not the big giant one. Okay, I was going to say if it's the big giant one, yeah, you need to jack up the price on that.
Yeah,
so, that one is beautiful. You did an awesome job on that.
Like $1,500. I told my son, well, if you ever want to sell it, he had me sign the bottom of it, and I don't plan on signing any of my prints unless somebody bought something from me and they said, hey, put your initials or something on it. I would, but I'm not going to mark anything, because you never know when somebody might buy something and they don't want my name on it. They might want to resell it or whatever, and I don't want to mark it. Most
Barry,
of my
I might have to restart my phone here real quick. It seems like your audio has dropped out, but it might just be my phone.
Basically, 3 times your money is how I usually figure everything. Figure out how much your filament, what you paid for the print, and your paint. How long does it take you to paint it with how much paint? Basically, figure all that up. 3 times your money is usually what I charge. Depends what it is. I think in most businesses, everything's like a 3 times markup. If you buy something, Tim, for $30, you probably sell it for 90, roughly. I'm guessing.
Yeah, it just depends what it is, and my cost on it, right? Generally, the higher my cost, like if it's a $2,000 cost, I may sell it for like 38. But if it's a $5 cost, I'm selling it for 20, 25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I
Especially-
had a lawn business and a solar screen business. I understand how a lot of that works to a certain extent.
Yeah.
And then if I don't know, I know enough people online. I can just message somebody and they'll give me tell me, privately what they would do. So
Yeah, exactly.
there's a lot of questions you can't openly ask people. They just don't want to, that's something you don't discuss on certain things.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at that. It's printing just fine.
And then if I get a bigger resin printer, well, not if, when one of these days, all my other stuff pays for itself and I start making money, I'll buy a bigger resin printer, then I can have raw resin prints. Some of them I might paint and finish, or I might just paint and sell X amount, depending on what designer it's from. I have different guidelines and different things I can or can't do. So we'll wait and see. I don't know that I'll ever get that big. I don't see my Etsy store taking off, but hey, you never know.
Were you on my stream that night that I opened a resin printer for the first time?
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah. Anyways, that's gone back to Amazon, and I've ordered a different one. It was the Creality. It's just one of their. I had ordered the 002R, and then the 002H came out, which is apparently a little better printer, and it came out for less money than I paid for the 002R. So
wow.
I did a return and a rebuy of a different one.
Yeah, I'm going to go back. A lot of people have suggested taking resin, brushing it on different PLA prints, curing it with a UV flashlight, and smoothing out layer line issues and filling gaps. I haven't tried that, but my Ecto 1, I have a few issues on the roof. I'm thinking about, and I've already used spot putty on it, and I've sanded it. I'm thinking about brushing on resin on some of these areas right over the spot putty and see if that'll cure. I'm not sure if that'll bond to the spot putty that I sanded down, but I'm going to experiment with it and see if I can get the smooth prints out.
Right. Okay, now that that's printing good, I'll put an actual job on it. Oh.
Hey, Jerry, have you ever seen or heard of anybody putting the support rods on the gantry for the Ender 3?
What do you mean?
Like on the CR10 or larger printers, they have the support rods to go from the top back to the bottom of the frame.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever seen anybody do that or heard anybody doing that on the Ender 3?
I don't see a reason to. If everything is screwed together tight, it's square, nothing's going to move. I mean, if you're bolt loose, it would move, but everything's tight, it's not going to move. There's no reason for it. But
I figured because of the size of it. I saw them on Amazon. They sell it in several different ways, and I also saw on Amazon they sell the package in two different setups to where you can put the second lead screw on the Ender 3 Pro or the V2, and it comes with a belt drive, and you can put the second lead screw on them.
I know I'm cutting you off there. Hold on for a second.
Okay.
I don't really see a use. A lot of people here, there's two things in the 3D printing community. A lot of people are monkey see, monkey do. Just because somebody else did it, they want to do it. And then some people might want to beef up the frame. Oh, it looks cool. It makes it look better. It's more stable. I've never had anything loosen up on me or move, so I've never had a reason to. If I want to add more stuff and make it look cool, I guess I could do that. But I don't see a functional reason to put a brace on.
I didn't think so either. That's why I figured I'd ask you guys.
It's something
it's small enough and it's stable enough just by itself. Yeah. So what's the point in having those support rods?
People put a dual Z on the Ender 3, and I don't see a reason for a dual Z. Your X gantry doesn't sag. It's too short of a distance, and when your wheels are adjusted right, I don't see any sagging. A CR10 or anything bigger, it needs it because you will have a little bit of sag, so I can justify putting dual Zs on. But I don't think an Ender 3 would need it. If it has
I would think the only reason why somebody would put that on there is just for show.
Yeah. Hey, Brandon.
And I mean, I'm not trying to show off my 3D printers. I would be trying to show off my prints.
Yeah.
Who gives a crap what my printer looks like? As long as it's performing well. So, but because I just ordered 2 more of the Ender 3s, and I'm still waiting to find out the price on the Ender 3 Max.
Yeah. Thank you, Microtech. So that's my son, Brandon Knapp there, right below you,
Hey,
Tim.
Brandon, how's it going?
How's it going? You guys hear me okay?
Yeah. Your volume is low and your face is really bright from your light, but we can see you.
Stop it, buddy.
That's better. So what are you up to today, Brandon?
I'm just playing my game.
Which is?
World of Warcraft.
You play online again with other people. How many hours a day do you usually play?
0 to 30 minutes.
Hey, Brandon, the movie they made, the Warcraft movie they made, are they going to be coming out with another one?
No idea. A lot of the fans didn't like that movie, but I thought it was decent.
I thought it was decent too. I don't play the game, but a friend of mine does. He told me to watch the movie, and I thought it was pretty good. Brody, have to stop, Bubby. Daddy's on camera right now.
Yeah, Brian, I do agree. If you have a Ender 3 and you put a direct drive extruder for the extra weight, you might want to go dual Z. Yeah, I do agree with that. Anytime you put a direct drive on any printer that's a Cartesian printer, you want to do that.
Now, sorry, my voice is screwing up. To do the dual Z on the Ender 3, it ranges anywhere from $39 to $56. And you can find those on Amazon. But I didn't think there was a reason, like he said, if you do the direct drive, which is going to put more weight onto the gantry, then that would be a good idea to go ahead with the dual Z to keep it lined up.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can find those on Amazon from $39. I think it's from $39 to $56 on Amazon for what I saw them for.
And I've been told that resin will bond fine to PLA. I've never tried it, but I've heard a lot of people talk about brushing it on PLA and curing it with a UV flashlight, and it works fine. I haven't experimented with it, but I do have plenty of PLA and plenty of resin, but I'm told it works fine. I just don't know that if I use body filler, spot putty over an area and sanded it down and then went over that with resin, I don't know how well that would bond to that spot putty that's over top of the PLA. That I'm not sure. But I can experiment and find out. I'll experiment on something before I put on my Ecto 1. I don't want to ruin my model, obviously. You know, it's only 3 foot long. So.
Now here's the question. I saw that BCK put on there, you know, if you're going to put the direct drive on there, then yeah, it'd be good to go with the dual Z, which we all agreed. Now, would you go ahead and go with a direct drive that they say is specifically made for the Creality Ender 3, or would you go with the one made by MicroSwiss?
I don't have a direct drive in any of my printers. I would probably go with whoever had the best price. MicroSwiss is a lot more money. I'd probably buy a clone. That's what I would do.
Well, they have one on Amazon that is specifically designed for the Ender 3.
Oh, read the reviews on it, but just remember that in most of the reviews, 50% of the reviews are probably bogus. But
yeah, they're probably they have people putting up reviews so they can go ahead and sell it. That's about it.
People do that.
But I mean, you can look at the reviews, but like we're having this conversation now, it's easier to talk to people and see if they've heard anything or had any experience with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, BPK is right. I mean, if you're going to do the direct drive, then it would be best to go ahead and do the dual Z.
Yeah, I got it in the mail today, Brandon. The cable, the plug, and the hub. Brandon.
Oh, you got a USB hub.
Yeah, it's a powered USB hub, so I can plug my C270 for my laser in here, and then I'll plug my mini Gerbil board into here, and then I got a cord. I forget how long this was. Brandon, how long was this cord? Like 15 feet?
It looks like about 20.
25.
Okay, 25 foot. I'm going to run that in here to this PC I'm sitting at here so I can run Lightburn for my laser printer because I don't have a laptop that'll push the software. And then if I sell a bunch of prints on Etsy, one of these days, maybe I'll buy a laptop, buy a better laptop.
Have you done prints with the laser printer yet?
No, I haven't done anything. I haven't even fired it yet. I've been doing upgrades and stuff on it, and I haven't even fired it, meaning turn it on and fired it for the first time. So that's fired it. Yeah.
Now, out of the different types of laser printers, what type did you get, Jerry, and what type would you prefer?
I don't have an opinion right now. If you want to dabble with it, I'd say buy an Auteur like Tim has up top. They're like $300. They're a diode laser, and you can dabble your feet with it. Getting into a K40 like I got, there's certain upgrades you need to do when you get it to make it perform better. It's a lot more money, a lot more expense, a lot more this and that. So I would say you can get a diode laser, and you can put it on a Ender 3 or a CR10. It's held on with a magnet. Buy some good glasses and tinker with it, or buy like an Auteur. So personally, for you, I would say buy an Auteur. Wear glasses. Make sure wherever your dog is, it can't see that invisible laser beam anywhere, because that reflection can blind your dog or you. You'd have to make sure he's out of the room. And I'd say go with an Auteur. And Tim, you have an Auteur, right? You want to talk about that?
Yeah, that's what it's. I don't have it yet, but it's on its way. I have one at home now, but it's a weak one, and I bought one that's a 20 watt. That's on its way, which is 7 watts reality when you buy a 20 watt laser.
That's what I was going to ask. If it says it's a 20 watt or a 30 watt laser, what is actually the real wattage that you're getting?
Have you seen Jim from the Edge of Tech watch any of his live streams or videos?
I've seen some of them, but I haven't seen anything about the laser printers. Okay,
I'll watch his videos. He's been etching on tile, on a lot of different things. He's been making a lot of really cool prints with an Auteur. And then the man I had on 2 weeks ago, 3D Print Farm, he was on here, and he has an Auteur, and he's been doing a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah,
I saw on Edge of Tech to where he was spraying the tiles with different colors of paint.
Yeah,
and showing how just the laser, where the colors come out at certain levels and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, that was done with an Auteur. But since I'm never happy with anything I get in my life, I figured if I buy this, I'm going to say, well, I need that and want to buy that. So I tried to jump over this so I could have that now. So
yeah, don't feel bad. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
So, but I'm before I get into the laser printing, I want to go ahead and get as much knowledge as I can and do as much as I can with the 3D printing. You know, FDM, let me go ahead and do that. And I'm never going to, like my name says, I'm the 3D print newbie, because you guys have all been in my position and you have more knowledge than me. So I'm constantly learning. You're constantly learning.
Well, we all know different things.
I'd rather get good at I'd rather get good at this and then go on something else.
We don't know more than you. We just know different things. I mean, I'm not an expert at nothing. Everybody knows what they know about what they're into, but nobody here is any smarter than anybody else. We just know what we know. And yeah, Microtech, whenever I tinker with that, I'll grab some PETG. I'll hit it with some resin, cure it, and then on a future video, we can talk about it. I'll let you know how it held up or show you.
That's the job I'm working on right now, an order for 60 of those.
That's nice.
So yeah, and I sell those for $1.25 a piece. So
that's nice. I really like that.
Yeah, it's cool.
Where did it go? I just had it added. Now I don't see it, Brandon.
I don't know. You can just switch my window out with that if you want.
Oh, there it is.
Well, there's full screen, but
yeah, it doesn't need to be full screen.
I don't know why.
BCK just put it where it says Creality has their own laser attachment for the Ender 3. Now BCK, I heard that was not too safe.
I'm thinking about what was going on here with this video. I wasn't listening to what you said, newbie.
Okay. Well, no, BCK 000 put up that Creality has their own laser attachment for the Ender 3.
Okay.
But I've watched several videos and I've seen to where people said it's not that safe. It's not a good idea.
Yeah, one thing about Creality live streams, the Creality people, it seems like they don't know much about their products. Technically, they're just showing you what anybody else would see, buying it and opening it up. And that's a printer. Yeah, that's a hot end. Yeah, that's filament. They're not technically running their streams. They can't really answer questions because they don't know. They're just showing you their product.
Yeah, they should really have people on there that are more technically inclined about the printer that they're showing and that can answer those questions. I mean, a lot of times I've seen where Brian Vines with BB3D, he'll be on there and they'll say, yeah, we watch Brian's channel all the time, or they'll watch Joel's channel. They've even mentioned you, Jerry, but they're never to where you ask a certain question and then it's like they talk to somebody off to the side.
Hey, Jim,
say, okay, well, this is what we have, and this is what we can answer. So, yeah, you're right. It's like they're never technically inclined as to what they're showing.
Jim Sellers, yeah. Timothy talked about it a while back in one of his videos recently, not like 3 or 4 months ago, but after the easy board that I killed on my CR10, he wound up replacing the chip for me. I got it back, hooked it up. I'd replaced the heater and thermistor. Well, wham, bam, E1 temp air again. Something's wrong with it. I don't see anything wrong with the board. Something's wrong. So I went back and put that Ender 3, the big Tree Tech board back in it that we talked about before that you and a few other people couldn't compile the firmware on with his Easy Out and Easy ABL. Well, a few months down the road, Tim has went over on the site and he has firmware for that particular board. So I downloaded his firmware, changed a few settings. It's flashed and in the board now. The board's in the printer, but I got to put my hot end assembly back together because I replaced the heater and thermistor for the 3rd time, and I went all the way to the aircraft connector that plugs into the back of the control box. I desoldered it there and ran solid lines all the way back. So after I killed the first board, I went back in line and just replaced them in the middle of the line where I've been resoldering and using heat shrink tape. And for some reason, I still had something bad, so I replaced it to the source. I just have to put it back together and fire it up and see if it works. So.
Hey, Tim, that printer sitting behind you, that's white, blue, the big long one, is that for printing a banner?
Can't hear you, Tim.
There we go. That's better.
All right.
I just use this one for printing T-shirt transfers and decals and stuff, but the banner printer I have is actually that big guy right over there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a 65-inch printer. So, and then that's
I used to have to. I work for a company called Flag and Banner here in Indianapolis, Indiana, and we would print out everything and lay it all on the vinyl or whatever you want to call it. And I have to sit there with an X-Acto knife and peel out the pieces that are not supposed to be on there.
Need it, yeah.
Do that all day.
Yeah. That's
so, yeah, it gets a little tedious.
Yeah, we print directly on banner material now, so.
Oh, okay, you don't have to peel the stuff off. Hopefully they've upgraded because they're really big with doing stuff for doing the flags and the banners for the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Out here, and also for the drag strip out there with Lucas Oil out there. They do a lot of flags and banners and stuff for them and everything else. So hopefully they've upgraded to the technology that you have.
Right.
So it's something like we don't have to sit there and peel all that stuff off all the dang time.
Yeah.
I don't know why I can't put my son's game in here like another person. I've only got the option for full screen layout, and I'm not sure why that's happening. Because if I put it in like this, you can see what he's doing, but I don't want to make us disappear.
Okay, was that just a turtle? Excuse me. 1 second, guys. Dude, leave my feet alone. You know that one doesn't move. Now stop.
Yeah. I don't know what's up there, Brandon, but that's cool, but not sure.
No, Daddy does not want to play. Yeah, but my dog gets mad when I'm talking to somebody and it's not him. He's got a complex or something.
My sister's dog, every time I call to talk to my sister, dog starts barking really loud, wanting to go outside.
Yeah, see,
every single time. Yeah.
You can stop, baby. Look, Daddy's on camera.
Ruff.
Yeah, come here.
Ruff.
You hear that? You hear that? You want to say hi to Jerry? There you go.
Hey, doggy. Hello. Ruff. Ruff.
You're being a bonehead now. He's a, you have to say, look, you can turn the lights on my wheelchair.
Oh, now I got 2 dogs in here coming up.
Oh, now yours came on, Jerry.
Yep. They're like, hey, what are you doing making noises?
Yeah. He's a spoiled, rotten little brat. That's what he is. Yeah, he's only 14 months, so he's still a puppy, and he's massive. He's got a lot of weight. Wants to take up the bed. Brody, come on, Daddy's talking right now. I don't no. Okay, love you too. Love you too. Okay, you gotta go. Go play with your toys. No, go play with your toys. I'll play with Daddy.
Well, guys, I've been straining for 3 hours, 14 minutes, and we're kind of falling off here. And I think I'm going to end it and go work on my laser printer here in a little bit. So,
sounds like a plan.
But I'd like to thank you very much, 3D Print Newbie, for dropping in. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Tim.
Yeah,
I'm going to pop all you guys out, talk to everybody for 2 seconds, and I'm going to get out of here. But I'll be back in, 3 or 4 days. I'll be streaming again. And everybody left me a donation today. I really appreciate it through PayPal or through YouTube. And I'll be right back, guys. So thank you, Tim. I'll catch you on the next one. I'll be over in chat on yours. So thank you. Take care, Brandon. Thank you very much. 3D Print Newbie, take care. Thank you. And guys, yeah, I don't know. I got some new goodies in the mail. I want to test my laser out in a little bit and go eat some dinner. But I really appreciate it. You know, like I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, I didn't have a special guest on this week because all the people I contacted, one of them got back with me, but he was busy, and other people never got back with me. So maybe next week I can have a guest on. I'll do another round of messaging different people and seeing who wants to be on for a special guest. I'll do a hangout in another 3 or 4 days. But yeah, I got an Etsy store going. So please go check out my Etsy store. It's, what's it called again? 3DHP Models and Crafts. And if you go to Etsy, just type in 3DHP, it'll take you right to my page. And I don't have much on there. What I do have on there is fairly expensive, but I do have my stickers on there listed that are cheap and reasonable that I'll ship anywhere in the world. Everything else on the models currently is just for the USA only. But yeah, it's been fun. I really appreciate everybody stopping in. And let me find my exit thing here. But everybody have a great day and happy printing. And thank you very much. Take care, everybody.